place where you belong. Giving strength to carry on. Open your heart, set your mind at ease. Live your life and you'll be free. We're gonna rise, rise, rise. Keep on rising, rise, rise, rise. Rise, rise, keep on rising, rise, rise.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Toon review for what is the Brighton versus Newcastle United commentary. And it is very exciting. Let's just, before we even start, go through the normal things, guys. If you do enjoy today's stream, please do hit the like button. Very important to keep them likes coming in. And of course, if you're new to the channel and like what you see, please hit the subscribe button. As you can see, we're on 22,810. We want to get as close as possible to 23,000 by the end of this watch along. Now, just to let you know, it is subscriber only. If you want to put it, if you want to chat, it is subscriber only. So you have to be a subscriber if you want to put any comments in. And we have a delay. We've slowed the chat today to avoid the spoilers. If there's goals, there is a delay on the chat, and it will delay them coming through, so we can commentate on it quicker. So that's just the rules. Put spoilers in, you'll get chucked out anyway. But hopefully, with the chat being on a slow go, it will avoid that altogether. Now, as you can see, the teams are coming through in the top corner as well. They'll stay on the screen during the match as well, so you know who's playing. But we will have a look at the teams. And this is how the Toon line up, Billy Bob. We go with Pope, Trippier, Share, Burn, Target, Tonali, Joelinton, Almiron, Bruno, Gordon, and Isak. A little bit surprising, Billy.
It isn't. I mean, we wanted Lewis Hall in, but obviously he's only been here 10 days. Matt Target's the next.
He is on the bench. He is on the bench.
That's a plus. A little bit slow in central defence, a bit worrying. But let's hope our midfield can control the game and kick the ball away from the Brighton forward line, which looks very strong. It
does. I mean, De Zerbi's definitely gone with a strong forward lineup. This is how Brighton go against us. They've got Verbruggen in goal, Dunk, March, João Pedro, Gilmore, Gross, Matoma, Ferguson, Van Heck, Estepinian, and Veltman. It's a very, very attacking lineup from Brighton, Billy.
It is. Ferguson, João Pedro, Solly March has been on fire this year. Matoma's always a threat. There's 4 threats there. But we can
Pascal
get
Gross, of course, called into the Germany squad as well, Billy.
Pascal Gross as well, who's good for goals sometimes. I think we can get him at the back, though. I think Veltman at right back can be got at. We saw how error-prone Van Heck was in the pre-season friendly. So I think they can be got at, for sure.
Let's hope so. Let us know in the chat what you think of the starting lineup. Keane says, good evening, Paul and Billy. Nervous looking at the back line. Hopefully we scrape a 1-0 win. Keith Dyke says, this is a straightforward lineup. Hopefully Joelinton is healthy enough. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they would have risked him, Billy, had he not been fit. No, if there was any sort of doubt about him, not being fit, I don't think he would have started.
Well, we know in the past that Joe's actually pulled out in the warm-up, telling people he's injured. He doesn't go through the game injured. He will tell the coaching staff if he's not fit to play. So, we can assume that he's fully fit.
Yeah. Good afternoon, Julie. Hope you're well. Kai says we will win today. He packed Bruno in FIFA, so there you go. Let's have a look. Paul Tully says Target needs a big game, but keen to see Hall on a sub for 10-15 minutes. Well, I mean, look, Matt Target, it's a big opportunity for him today, Billy. He's been put in from the start, and it's kind of a confidence boost to him because, everybody thought if anyone's going to change, then Lewis Hall would come in, but that hasn't happened. No. So, it's a big opportunity, isn't it?
Well, we all said about Matt Targett when he first came to the club that he would miss a 7 or 8 out of 10 every week, and he was very consistent. He's not really had a chance since he got injured last season. When he has come on at sub, or if he's not looked the same player as he was. But let's hope full 90 minutes he can do. And it's going to be hard work for him, I've got to say.
It is, especially with the Brighton lineup. I mean, Matoma is very, very good. Very good. Young Ferguson is a very good striker as well. So he's clearly gone out thinking that he can get goals today, De Zerbi. There's no doubt about it. He's obviously known the injury to Botman. He's thought, hang on a minute, there's not much pace back there now. Botman's not there. Why not go for it?
Yeah, you've got to give him credit to Zerbi. He's a very, very good manager, isn't he? And he's got the players in his army that can hurt us. There's no doubt about that. I just think if we stop the supply, that's the way to do it. I think to stop them getting out.
Guys, just to remind you, super chats are open if you want to donate to the channel during the stream, just by hitting that $sign at the bottom of the live comments. And of course, you get your comment read straight out if you do that as well. And of course, please keep the voting going for the Football Content Awards. The link is once again in the description with the 3 categories we'd like you to vote for us in. Voting for that closes tomorrow. And then we'll see if we do make the finals again like we did last year, which will be an incredible achievement for the channel, given who we go against. So please keep on voting. It really does mean the world to us. Click the link in the description, go ahead and vote, and then hopefully we'll get 3 points as well, which will make it a fabulous day. Ronald Turnbull, hello. Martin, good afternoon to you. Gallagher says Gordon will torch Veltman. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Dark by Design wanted to see Lewis Hall start. Pooley Mag says, how are the lads confident of a result? 3-1. Tonali, Isak, and Gordon, and they will get a late one. Let's hope you're right, buddy. Gordon can push on because Targett is a bit faster. Yeah, he is. I mean, Targett's got more pace than Dan Burn. There's no doubt about it, Billy. So that does give probably a little bit of relief to Anthony Gordon, that he may not have to do as much defensive work as he did. But saying that, if Brighton do start well and come at us, Gordon is going to be expected to come back again.
Well, he will do. But I think the big thing with Targett is he can overlap and he can get a decent crossing. And Brighton have got to be wary of his attacking threat, which he has got a bit of, Matt Targett, no doubt about that.
Yeah. It will certainly be good to see an overlapping fullback for once, definitely. And again, so, Targett can help out Anthony Gordon, but, Gordon will go the other way and help out Matt Targett. So hopefully it all comes to a nice gel, Billy, a nice gel. Jordan says, hey, Paul and Billy Bob, how are the lads? Come on, I'm going 3-2. The Toon should be an open game. Well, I would expect it to be quite open, given the way Brighton have lined up. But we need to be better at taking our chances than we did last week, Billy. It's for me, this is Almiron's last opportunity for me, Billy. He's got to perform today, take his chances if they come. Yes, he had 2 good ones last week, but he needs to be better in certain other areas, doesn't he?
He does, yeah. He's got to supply as well as, score, basically. We've got a centre forward there who's had no service the past 2 games. We need to get him some service, because if he gets service, he will score goals. As Man City fans used to say, feed the goat and he will score. Well, with feed Isak, he will score. Simple as that.
Is Murphy on the bench?
Yeah, I believe he is, yeah.
Let's have a quick look again, just to double check. Yes, he is.
It's a good bench, actually. It's a very strong bench.
It's a very, very strong bench. Obviously, Dubravka, Lascelles, Wilson, Barnes, Lewis Hall, Livramento, Murphy, Anderson, and Longstaff. It is a very strong bench, which, that could play into our hands later on in the game. But Brighton are a very, very good side. We know that. But, given the bench we've got. But Eddie needs to get these subs right, though, Billy. It's all, good enough having a good bench, which we know we've got. But this is important for Eddie to make the changes at the right time.
Yeah, I don't want him to see his standard 65-minute change. If we need to change before that, he's got to do it. He's got to react to the game and not be be proactive rather than reactive. I just want to see better subs. I want to see, I don't want to necessarily see Miggy come off and Murphy come on. I want to see Gordon go to the right, and I want to see, someone on the left come on, Barnes perhaps. There's different things he can do. He's a bit predictable at times, isn't he?
Definitely. Absolutely so. Right, just to run down through the Premier League results today. Sheffield United 2, Everton 2. Goals, Everton took the lead through Decore. Archer equalised. Sheffield United went ahead with a Pickford own goal, which I haven't seen yet. But
it's very funny. It's very funny.
Well, it's bound to be if it involves Jordan Pickford, isn't it? It really is. And Danjuma equalising for Everton, but still not really the result that Everton needed, Billy, to be honest. Still an awful start to the season. Brentford 2, Bournemouth 2. Jensen and Mbueno getting the goals. Mbueno for Brentford. Solanke and Brooks for Bournemouth. Actually, Brentford equalising 3 minutes into stoppage time to save the day there. Burnley 2, Tottenham 5. Now, Postecoglou put Human Son up front, Billy, and to say that's worked a treat because he got a hat-trick.
Indeed, it does. He's a fantastic player, isn't he, Son? But Spurs have had such an easy start to the season. The only top 6 club, I'll say that in inverted commas, Manchester United, who are piss poor this year.
Yeah.
So, the computer of the Premier League has gave them a nice, easy start there, but they were very good today. Madison was superb. However, the second goal shouldn't have been allowed.
It was offside for me. But listen, we'll discuss more about these offsides in tomorrow's show, I think, in the review, because when we review the weekend, you'll see what we're talking about. But Son got a hat-trick for Spurs. Romero scored a belter, and of course James Maddison scored an absolute cracker as well from around, I think, 20 yards, curled it into the far corner. Brilliant goal. Foster and I believe it's Brownhill and for Burnley in the 4th minute of stoppage time. Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Billy. A goal from Elanga just after half time, and Forest held on to win. And to say that Chelsea's woes continue, what a job he's got there, Pochettino, by the way, Billy, because it just doesn't look as if anything is firing at the moment for Chelsea. I'm
kind of 99.9% certain that Pochettino does not sign those players. I think that's all coming from the board, from the owner.
It's certainly looking like that.
It's a recipe for disaster. It really is.
Well, they did it last season, didn't they? They just can't combine as a team. And we said this last night on the show. It's all right you signing all these players, but you've got to combine as a team. Now, Forest, obviously, they've gone there and they did well at Old Trafford a few weeks ago, and they've done well today. And they may well be, up there in mid-table this season, Forest, because they've got some damn good players. And if Cooper can get them playing as a team, what a confidence boost that is, they'll win at Stamford Bridge. I mean, but real headache still for Chelsea going on. And finally, Manchester City 5, Fulham 1. Now, this was controversial, Billy, because Fulham were 1-1 going into the break. And then a goal from Nathan Ake, which Akanji was standing right in front of the goalkeeper. And he also moved his leg as if to say he was going to try and hit the ball. And VAR, unbelievably, still gave a goal. Yeah, standing in an offside position as well, wasn't he? So mad that he really was. Again, it seems the big decisions go for the big clubs, don't they? And that was a bad one. It seems that way. And of course, Erling Haaland getting a hat-trick today again. So he's in my fantasy team, as he probably is in a lot of fantasy teams. Everybody's captain, isn't he? Yeah, so some good points coming that way. By the way, just to say that Ryan Fraser's return to the Northeast ended in a complete disaster today, with our friends down the road, Sunderland beating Southampton 5-0, Billy. And it was a 5-0 flat at Southampton. It could have been anything from 6-10. I mean, Sunderland played very well. You've got to give them credit. They were really, really good. Southampton were absolutely woeful. Mason Holgate at the back of their defence. I mean, if you're a manager of a football club, why would you buy reserve Everton defenders? He looked like a reserve Everton defender. He was awful today. Yeah. So now it's our turn. And we want to go into the international break with 6 points. We don't want to go in losing our last 3 games. I think it's very important, Billy, for a lot of reasons, but confidence is going to be one of the main ones. Well, we're currently 14th in the table. That's not where we want to be. And people can say, well, we've played Man City and Liverpool. 14th in the table is not where we want to be. Win today, we can go up to 6th. So, it's a massive game in the context of league table positioning. Well, we'll see. I mean, oh, God almighty, Karen Carney again with Jamie Redknapp. I don't really agree with Karen Carney a lot at all. Keith Dites, who's been a member for 18 months, fantastic guy for the channel, donates memberships and everything. Brilliant. He just says Tunali. Siderita says, hey, fellas, come on the Toon. Barth says, we need 3 points today after the last few games. Good afternoon to I Like Coffee. Mark Allen says, good to see Chelsea showing that you can't buy a win, no matter how much dosh you throw at it. Exactly what we've just been saying. Rich says, you guys are keeping me company as I drive from Milton Keynes to Dorset now for a gig. Hope everyone is well. Come on, the lads. By the way, as usual, guys, obviously it's on Sky tonight, but knock the commentary off and listen to us and watch the game. There's nothing better than doing that than listening to proper commentary, not biased crap about how good the opposition is and everything like that. We will say how it is on this channel, whether it's good or bad. Hopefully, it'll be a lot of good today. We due one, Billy. We due one. Jay Devlin says, Brighton will fancy this, and I fear a loss. It brings a lot of media shite and unsettles us. I mean, Billy, if God forbid we lost tonight, right? The meltdown will be phenomenal.
I think the press will lead it. I think the media will be leading it. The media will be loving it as well as leading it. They don't want us in the top 4, top 6. They want it the old boys club with Spurs and Chelsea involved in it. Yeah. So they'll be leading it. They'll be saying that it's crisis club Newcastle, all this stuff. But in reality, we've got a nice run of fixtures coming. Wins do breed confidence. So I think if we was to lose today, there is a bit of a doubt about confidence. But we did add it last year. We had a little run around after Christmas.
We did. We
pulled back out of that without any real effort really. Cup final was the end of it, and Man City defeat the week after that. After that, we were fine. So let's hope we can get into a 4th gear, 5th gear, and start cruising after this game. I think we'll win today anyway, so it doesn't matter.
That's confidence from Billy Bob straight out of the bat. Doug from the Dugout Football Channel, a member for 18 months as well. Doug's a massive supporter of this channel, despite him being a Liverpool fan. But we love Doug. Good luck today, lads. 2 good footballing sides. Looking forward to this one. Jimmy Jones, our resident hammer. Thank you for your $1.99 super chat. And all he says is, poor Chelsea. I'm sure he really means that from the heart as well. 12-man Toon, thank you very much for your $19.99 super chat. That's very kind, buddy. He says, won't be here for long, but the Miggy slating needs to stop. He's the embodiment of we don't demand a team that wins, we demand a team that tries. Margins against Liverpool last week, and had he scored, he'd have been a hero. Yeah, but those are the fine margins as well, though. Let's not forget that. There is a lot of fine margins with Miggy, but, he needs to do a little bit more for me, to actually, be able to say, oh, Miggy's ready for that next level. He's ready for the Champions League step up. I've got to see a bit more. Mansell says, good evening, everybody. Hope you're all well. I can see Brighton hammering the left side of defence today. Is it somewhere De Zerbi will target, or will he try and go through the middle, Billy, given the lack of pace between the 2 centre-backs?
Yeah, he's kind of sport for choice, isn't he? I mean, Matoma plays on the left against Trippier, which is probably our strongest side of the defence. So you may see him floating around a bit, which is, it's not really what Brighton do, but don't discount it today.
We got a new member. We have Not Small, Just Still Loading is a new member of the Toon Review family. Thank you very much and welcome. Remember, guys, if you do want to comment in the chat today, you have to be subscribed to the channel. This is just to avoid a lot of the trolls, etc., coming in and spoiling it for everybody. The chat is on delay, so there won't be any spoilers, hopefully, by the time we've commentated on it before those chats come through. So we'll keep an eye on that. But please just behave. And do hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all our new subscribers so far during the stream. Keep them coming. We are looking to get as close to 23,000 as we possibly can during this stream. Brian says, good afternoon, lads. Chel shite, haha. Yes, indeed. Kendo says Target can at least cross the ball. Yes, he can, but we've got to get more crosses in for Isak today, Billy, because, we spoke about it earlier in the week when we did the match review from last week. Certainly from the right-hand side, there's not enough crosses come in.
Absolutely not. Brighton are very strong at central defence, aren't they? They've got Lewis Dunk there, who is in the England squad this time, deservedly so. Should have been there long before now. But the fella next to him is a mistake waiting to happen. It happened in the pre-season friendly. Van Heck got caught out for one of the goals. Yeah, and he was out-muscled by Anderson for the second. So there is someone to go for there, to aim for. And I think Isak will know that. And I think that's who will be putting his hopes on. We need to get the ball to Isak. He hasn't had the ball in any attacking positions the past 2 games.
Jordy Bay says, hoping 3-1, but saying 3-2 to the Toon. Splat 1000, good afternoon to you. Ian Toon Trader Spoons, hope you're well, buddy. Mansell says, I can't believe Miggy starts again. I hope he makes me eat my words, but I can't see it. That's what we all want. We just want him to shove it up our bloody backsides, to be honest. Chippers would have gone with Murphy over Miggy. Yeah, I think I would have, but hey, we got to trust the manager. Keith is absolutely over the moon to see Forest shithouse their 3 points. Chelsea fans are horrid on social media. Well, they'll be absolutely devastated with what's going on. They'd have been confident when Poch came in and thought, right, yeah, they can turn things around, but it doesn't change that quick, Billy, does it? It needs time. And, I'd be interested to see how much time he actually gets.
Well, the injury to Nkunku's really hamstrung them, hampered them. They're playing without probably their best player. They need a striker. They've still not got a striker because of Nkunku. Jackson's played a bit deeper now. So, yeah, I feel sorry for Poch in a way, but they have signed kind of £1 billion worth of players in the past 12 months. So you can't feel too sorry for them, can you?
Well, absolutely. And guys, I know there's a few people saying, well, Miggy, a world-class save and he hit the post. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting deliveries into the box. That's what, Billy's mentioned it a few times as well. Fool the manager. Fool the defender, sorry, not the manager. Fool the defender he's up against. Go wide once or twice and just try and cross with your right. But that puts doubt into the defender's mind as to where he's going to go. So that's what we're on about with Miggy. Not about, hitting the post or good save from the goalie. It's getting quality crosses in. And Trippier is just as much to blame as that. There's times he got the ball last week and passed it inside to Tonali or whoever was there instead of crossing when he had wonderful opportunities to cross the ball.
Is Estupinian playing?
Estupinian's playing, yeah.
Miggy's got quite a good record against him. He has gone on the outside of him before as well. So
yeah,
we might see it today, hopefully.
Just seeing Brighton's new players. Of course, one of them is Ansu Fati getting a rigorous welcome, it has to be said, to the Amex. Jodo says Lewis Hall left back, Miggy on left, Burn centre, on left Burn, centre Wilson on the right, Hal overlapping with Miggy. 2 one-trick pony. Okay. Not sure I understand that, but okay. Pooley Mag says new season, same old Everton. Yeah. Well, it's actually worse old Everton, I think, this season, it's fair to say. 12-man Toon, thank you for another $4.99. I don't know where my accent was going there. Thank you for $4.99, buddy. By the way, didn't see Miggy slander here. It's all over Twitter. Sorry, Paul. No, it's all right. I understand that. But I think, from my point of view, people are mistaken what I'm wanting from Miggy. I think, the fact that he hit the post, Alisson made a world-class save. It was a brilliant save. So he could have had 2 goals, but we've got to see some crosses coming in. There's no point playing Isak if we're not going to use him. It's pointless if we're not going to give him opportunities to get on the end of things.
It's got to happen. Win the green today, but look at it.
I think Keith Dites has gifted some more memberships. I haven't got the actual YouTube chat, I've just got StreamYard. So, Keith, thank you again for your generosity. You are absolutely incredible. Brilliant to have you in as a subscriber. You're just so generous. Thank you so much. Side Reader says, voted for you guys in that rewards thingy. Best of luck. The rewards thingy. Both teams want to win, says Jules, since both lost last weekend, and hope we gel tonight. Well, we're in the green shirts, Billy. That is, and very snot green tracksuit, it has to be said. Tops. Very much in the Saudi colours tonight.
With the referees' colours as well, it's a bit garish, isn't it? I've got to say.
Yeah.
They're in kind of psychedelic orange, aren't they, today?
Indeed. Paul Tully says it's the same old Miggy wanting to be a world beater when he can help the team more by passing and working the ball to others. Just cross it. Just bloody cross it.
I mean, all he's got to do is look at Anthony Gordon in the first game. When on his left foot, he's not left foot. He's very much right-footed. When on the outside, got a crossing with his left foot. Sandro Tonali scored. Totally
bamboozled the defender as well. Well, the teams are in the tunnel ready to come out. I don't know where you are on your stream, Billy.
They're coming out. I'm a little bit ahead of you, I think.
Well, they're just coming out now. I am watching it on Sky, but I'm watching it through online. I'm not watching it through the TV, so I may be a couple of seconds behind you. So you might have to. They've come onto the pitch now.
I've got they're in the lines now for me.
All right, so you are in front of me a bit, guys. If you want to play, listen to us and watch it as we are. just pause your TV if you kick off a little bit before me. Just pause it. And then when I say, right, we're underway, just press play and we'll all watch it together. It kind of stops silly people coming in as well. So I'm not going to keep putting warnings out about that. Hopefully we've got a sensible bunch in today. But you can only comment if you are subscribed to the channel today. The kit, J. Devlin, is the Saudi kit, the away green shirt and white shorts. Go through the Brighton lineup again right now. When it eventually does it, there you go. We've got Bart Verbruggen in goal for Brighton. They're a little slow on changing the players' names. Here we go. Veltman, Van Heck, Dunk, and Estepinian are the back four for Brighton. So hopefully we can get at those two fullbacks. Pascal Gross and Billy Gilmore in the middle. And then up front, we've got Solimarch, João Pedro, and Matoma. It's a good front line. Sorry, that's the three playing behind Evan Ferguson. So they've got... It's sort of a 4-2-3-1, Billy. I assume that, they'll change that as it goes. Matoma sometimes goes around and has free rein on things, but we'll see how that works out. For us, all the rumors about Nick Pope being injured are complete twaddle because he's in the goal. Nick Pope starts. We have a back four of Kieran Trippier, Fabian Schär, Dan Burn, and Matt Targett. Big game for Matt Targett today. Big game. Hopefully, we can see the target that came in on loan. The midfield is, as it's been all season, Tonali, Bruno, and Joe Linton. And we have a front three of Miggy, Isak, and Anthony Gordon. So, Billy, are you still confident of a victory?
Yeah, I think we'll win this game 2-1. I think Dan Burn will relish a challenge with Evan Ferguson. I think, it's going to be a big physical.
Well, it's against his old team as well, so it gives him extra impetus, doesn't it? But we've got a very strong bench. Let's not forget that. If we can make the right substitutions at the right time, hopefully we can get a win today. So, guys, just to reiterate, I'm watching it through Sky, but just slightly behind online. So, if you do kick off before I've said we're underway, just pause your TV if you want to watch along with us and listen to the commentary in real time with us as well. Ciderita, wow, thank you very much for your $50 super chat. Best of luck to the boys in black and white. Well, it's white and green today. Commentary from TTR, always way above Sky Sports. How are the lads? Thank you very, very much. That is very kind. Newcastle high-fiving everybody at the minute. Billy, I just want us to win this game so bad. I do not want to go into the international break losing 3 on the bounce. It just extremely painful.
It looks like we've done that shithousery trick of changing ends at the first half. Like teams got to play towards the home end second half. Well, I think we've swapped ends. So the pain in the ass when it happens to you at St James's and to St James's.
Well, I prefer it because it means they're attacking our end second half.
Second half, yeah.
The Leasers. So it doesn't bother me too badly, Billy, if I'm honest. But we know that they like to go at the Gallagher second half. But they are changing around now. Brighton will kick off and we'll go from right to left. So remember, if you're juiced about to kick off on your stream, please do pause it until I say, right, we're underway. And then that way we're all watching together. And no spoilers, or the mods will simply throw you out. There is a delay on the chat. We'll see how that works out today. I can delay it even more, but we'll just see how this one goes. So Newcastle United, Brighton, Premier League, Amex Stadium, all ready to rock and roll. Brighton will kick off. The referee checks his watch. And we are underway at the Amex. How are the lads?
Come on.
George Hayes, thank you very much for a $75 super chat. That's incredible. George says it's going to be a tough game, just need a result. Indeed. And already we're putting pressure on. Good work by Miggy there as he gets stuck into Estepinian already. That's going to be a good battle on that side, Billy, as long as we can get the ball, knock it around and pressure them. Newcastle have got the throw in there, so it's going to be Kieran Trippier to take it midway through the Brighton half. Just looking for some movement. That's what I want to see a bit more of today, Billy. A bit quicker movement. We didn't see that certainly for throw-ins and things like that. It was very stale.
Past 2 weeks, actually, they've been very static, haven't they, from throw-ins?
Yeah.
And in fact, he's had to go backwards there.
Yep. It's gone back to Fabian Schär. Rolls it into Trippier on the halfway line. Inside now to Bruno. He goes for a first-time ball through to Isak. It's a brilliant ball. Isak's in. Oh, he got back. I'm not sure whether the offside flag's gone up.
It's a great tackle from Van Heck.
He's given a goal kick, I think. Isak is furious. What a ball by Bruno, Billy. He's well onside.
Oh, he's actually scored here. He's made the wrong choice.
Delayed it far too long.
Yeah, that's the lack of chances. That's rust, that is.
It is actually a goal kick as well, to be fair.
It is, yeah, it is.
That's just a little lack of confidence there from Isak. I thought he might have pulled the trigger a little bit earlier there, Billy.
Couldn't have
but
been
what
more.
a ball from Bruno.
Fantastic.
That's the Bruno we want to see.
Well, we saw signs last week, didn't we? We saw signs last week.
Yeah. But a very, very good start for Newcastle United. As Lewis Dunk now plays it back to the goalkeeper. And he simply rolls it out to Van Heck, who... Well, to be fair, I mean, his manager and fans will look at that and say he did very well in the challenge.
Yeah, he saved.
And Estepinian's just kicked the ball straight out of play by the corner flag. Terrible touch. And the press is working very early on in the first couple of minutes, Billy.
It is indeed.
Trippier's going to take this throw in. Tonali makes himself available, doesn't use him, goes back to Miggy. Miggy then plays it all the way back to the halfway line to Fabian Schär. Turns, rolls it back into Almiron. Back to Fabian Schär. Schär then goes long looking for the run of Isak. Lewis Dunk covers him, but it comes down to Bruno. Bruno, lovely little header into Tonali. Tonali now, lovely, bringing the ball down and rolls it to Almiron. Had three players around him there. You wouldn't have thought it. So calm on the ball. Now Trippier rolls it back to Miggy. A little bit of a heavy touch. Miggy's done all right, but Estepinian. Yeah. He tried to cut back on his left again, and that meant the cross didn't come in, but Brighton have lost it again. Tonali pulls it back. Isak shoots wide. Big opportunity again for Alexander Isak, and it's gone the wrong side of the post. But Estepinian has had a dreadful start to this game. He has looked all over the shop. Tonali did brilliantly there, cut the ball back on a plate for Isak.
He's got to score there.
And he sliced it. Oh, it's an awful finish.
That's horrific. That's horrific. That really is horrific.
Wow. And again, Billy, it's all about taking chances. And we've had two good ones very early on. And that's a foul by Fabian Schär. But Brighton take it very quickly and go along towards Ferguson. Ferguson's taken out by Byrne. And that's a free kick to Brighton now. I'm not sure what Ferguson is complaining to the referee for. He's got his free kick.
It's not Ferguson's march.
Yes, it is. I do apologise. I mean, that's poor by Dan Byrne. He's not even. Well, but Billy, Byrne's not even looking at the ball.
But he's not. It's not his choice. There's a bad one from Schär. I've got to say that.
That was a terrible one from Schär. That was like a clothesline.
Byrne doesn't have to move out of the way. He just stood there.
Well, that's true. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah.
That's poor refereeing there. That's not a free kick.
It's going to be Pascal Gross to take the free kick for Brighton. Swung into the penalty area. Isak's header knocked down to Miggy. Miggy then just clips it looking for Tonali. Tonali's all over Estepinian. We've got to get at him, Billy. He's had a terrible start.
He did all right there, though, to be fair to him.
Long ball forward again. Now Matoma on this left-hand side going against Kieran Trippier. Trippier's won the ball brilliantly. And now we play it back to Schär, who calmly just sweeps it forward to absolutely nobody. Estepinian now. He's given it away again. But see, there's the second ball again we're talking about, Billy. Unbelievable.
Just feast your eyes on Isak for the second. He's still, can we say?
Well, yeah, Oh, now they've got a man overlapping here. Burns had to come across. Nice little 1-2. They got a bit lucky again there. Shot comes in just over the top of the bar. Again, Solly March, who was, Billy, you identified him yesterday as a very good player for Brighton. And again, they just got that lucky deflection off Burns' heel there. And Solly March just couldn't quite get the whip on it. But what a crazy first 5 minutes of the game, Billy.
It is. We should be 2 up, really. I mean, Isak's a one-on-one that he should have done much better with, and a shot from just outside the 6 box, which is shanked wide, really. You know, if Callum Wilson's playing, I think we're talking in a minute.
Yeah, Callum would have. Well, that's
what
Callum thrives on.
He certainly would have scored second.
Yeah, we've seen Isak score them before. Hopefully, it'll come together. If he gets another one, he'll make sure he buries it. Oh, that's not good by Trippier. That's a very poor ball. It's Ferguson. He's pulled it back. This is an opportunity for Brighton on the edge of the box. Ferguson again. He's got Matoma in support. but we do well to clear it. Brighton throw in. I'm not sure who Trippier was. Well, he was trying to get back to Fabian Schär, but he completely underhit the pass.
He did.
But we've managed to clear our lines.
Very unlike Trippier, that wasn't it?
Yeah, very weak pass. Normally spot on with them, isn't he? Just underhit it slightly there. Brighton played out to the right-hand side now, inside for Pascal Gross. Gross then goes out to the right again. Here they come. Brighton looking for the ball inside. That's a great ball.
Target. Ooh,
that's a good tackle by Matt Target, but it's going to be a Brighton corner. Solly March is causing a few problems here, Billy.
He got caught out for the first ball, didn't he? But he did well to get back.
Yeah. We can't keep getting caught out like that, though. That's the danger. Nothing come of the corner. Very weak header, goes miles wide of Nick Pope's upright from João Pedro, who, you know, we were nicely interested in earlier. Well, was it last summer?
Well, he was welcome to the door by certain channels, wasn't he?
Well, yeah. And Fabrizio Romano, of all people. He doesn't get many wrong, Fabrizio, but something went terribly wrong there. Jimmy Jones says, I can't believe Man United turned down our 60 million offer for McTominay and Slabheed. Trafford independent traders. Yeah, madness. Anyway, 7 minutes gone, no score. Newcastle certainly with the best opportunities. Both fallen to Alexander Isak, and not great finishes, it has to be said. But now he's chasing the ball down here. Good run by Isak. The ball's bouncing around. He just couldn't get it under control, and Brighton managed to clear the ball. Dan Burn, well, Ferguson's gone down. Burn's got to be careful because, you know, the fouls will add up. Brighton take the free kick quickly, looking for Matoma. That's a good interception by Trippier, and one of those classy headers back to the goalkeeper, Nick Pope. Let's just calm it down again. We've had a very good start. Brighton have come back into it again, but it's been a very good opening 10 minutes, this. Let's hope this stays like this throughout the game and we get a couple of goals, Billy.
Indeed. I think we need to get Bruno in the game more because he started the game really well. He hasn't touched the ball since, has he?
No, not since that pass through to Isak. Miggy again, not strong enough on the ball there, Billy, just losing out. Tried to spin his man, but Brighton have the throw in.
Fucking Brighton.
It's going to be left to Estepinian, the left back, to take this. Barth says, Paul and Billy are better than any pundit on TV. Thank you very much, Barth. Much appreciated. Here is Lewis Dunk. He goes across to...
Pressure him.
What's his name again?
Van Heck.
Van Heck, yes. Van Heck. And they're going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Keep pressuring. Oh, just jogging now, isn't he?
Yeah, he just stops running there. You know, pressure the keeper into having to get rid of it quicker.
Go on.
That's good from Miggy. That's very good. And intercepted now by Bruno down the right-hand side. Bruno, he's got Isak in the middle. He's tried to whip it in, but it's blocked. And Brighton come away with Matoma, who's going for a run. He's got Newcastle. Oh, how easy he's got through there. Shouldn't be allowed that easy. I think Trippier and Tonali just got in each other's way there. Out to the right-hand side now is Brighton try and press us again. Joe Linton hasn't been in this game at all. I don't think we mentioned him.
I don't think he's touched the ball yet.
No. Estepinian now on the left-hand side for Brighton. Rolls it back to Lewis Dunk. Dunk's got Van Heck in support and uses him. Van Heck steps up towards the halfway line now for Brighton. Still goalless here at the Amex. Rolls it in. Well, that was strange from Ferguson because, you know, Byrne backed off. He could have turned there.
Yeah.
I don't think he got a shout from any of his teammates.
No.
Trippier has it in the right back position, launches it forward, looking for Isak, but well late to get that. And Brighton again with João Pedro out to Matoma. Matoma now will cross the ball in. He's got it back again. Lucky deflection again.
Ricochets there again, isn't he?
Yes. Out to the right-hand side now for Brighton. Solly March in support as well. He's got past Matt Target. He's got the cross in. And what happened there?
I think he went wide. I think Nick Pope just covered his near post. Did he touch it?
I think he did. It's a corner. Solly Marsh whips this ball in, deflected off.
I think he did well there, Pope, to be honest.
Yeah, it was a bit of a worry there because I thought that had gone into the back of the net, Billy, at one stage. Thank God it hadn't. But Brighton have a corner. It's going to be an in-swing and left foot.
They've got a lot of threat in the air, haven't they, Brighton?
And it comes. Lewis Dunk unmarked. Estepinian hits it with his right foot, and it's dreadful. He's definitely not got a right foot. But then again, credit to him for actually trying, Billy.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you put him and Miggy to mix them together, you've got to have a good, decent play, haven't you?
Good clearance, which... Howie, Alexander, you've got to keep that in, man. I mean, that wasn't great from Isak, Billy. I mean, he had plenty of time to bring that ball down there, and it bounces out of play.
I'm not one to be critical of our players. Well, I am sometimes, but Mr. Isak's attitude hasn't been great this game so far, especially since the 2 chances.
But we know what quality he's got, Billy, and
Exactly.
to be honest, he can, he can rip. He can rip a few. Need to get yourself over to the pub, watch along with the Newcastle Fans TV, lads. Yeah, they do it their way, we do it ours. We've all got different ways of doing it. I'm not a pub man myself. I don't drink a lot, so we do it our way, and Lee does it very good with his guys as well. But well, we've got over 1,200 watching this one, so thank you very much to each and every one of you. Please do subscribe if you're new to the channel and you like what you see. We are trying to get as close to 23,000 as we possibly can throughout the match today. And with your help, we will do so. And super chats are available, of course, by hitting the $ at the bottom of the live comments. Good work there by Joe Linton, holding the play up there, freeing up a little bit of space for the other midfielders. Bruno came back and get the ball. Share, lovely ball into Tonali. Tonali back to Bruno. Bruno looks up for this, by the way. When he's getting the ball, he's looking very positive, but that's a terrible ball. Tried to slide it to Joe Linton, but Van Heck was quicker to it. Here's Lewis Dunk. 70% possession for Brighton so far in the first 12 and a half minutes of this game.
Pressure him.
I don't understand why he's not, Billy, because surely if you pressure the goalkeeper, you force a mistake.
Well, he's on his own, isn't he? Let's be honest. Looking at it, Miggy isn't pressing, is he? Miggy, because how deep Miggy is in a minute, so he's watching Estupinian. And
Paul Tully makes a good point, actually, saying Isak is a little like Asprilla, has that lazy type of run and an appearance, but will show his class eventually. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Van Heck allowed to bring the ball right out for Brighton here, rolls it in to João Pedro. He, in turn, goes out to Solly March on the right-hand side, who's seen a lot of the ball for Brighton. Pedro. Who's this number 11?
I don't know. 11. Gilmore, is it? Billy Gilmore?
Oh, it's Gilmore, man. Of course it is, Billy Gilmore. Here he is on the ball. That's a lovely ball in to Ferguson. Good work by Dan Burn covering and just put Ferguson off a little bit. But Gilmore slotted it through the eye of a needle there. Brilliant ball in. Great run as well from young Ferguson. But good work by Dan Burn. Covered his angle very well and made the shot difficult. Keith Graham, welcome to Members Club. Thank you very much. And thank you for your continued support of the channel. Long ball played forward. We're just not getting on the ball at the moment, Billy.
No, it's poor, really. Just lumping it long for Isak. As you can see, he's not going to chase that all day. We shouldn't
be doing that, though, Billy. We've got the quality to bring the ball forward with the players we've got.
I agree.
I mean, we've not used Anthony Gordon at all so far in this first half. The ball's never gone near him.
No, not just the ball.
And Brighton, I mean, we're keeping our discipline here. Van Heck's just rolling it around with Gilmore at the moment. They can't really do anything with the ball. And now it's back with the goalkeeper. But Brighton are prepared to be patient. Here's Van Heck again, bringing the ball out for Brighton. He will then go across to Lewis Dunk. Dunk again, just taking his time. Just very, very Fabian Schär-esque there. Just taking his time on the ball, not being rushed. Goes back to the goalkeeper. But again, we're chasing balls. I mean, Isak's there getting frustrated, telling us to push up. You can see there, he's telling the lads to push up. We're giving Brighton the freedom of the Amex here. That's good work from Anthony Gordon. Very good work. He's come away with the ball again. Rolls it into Joe Linton. Joe Linton then goes across to Almiron now. Almiron cuts back into the midfield to Joe Linton. Rolls it out to Trippier. Back in. Nice ball by Joe Linton. Slow on the turn there, but good work by Fabian Schär to win it back. It plays it out to Tonali. Tonali gets it second time to Miggy. There's a bit of space here for Miggy to run onto. He's bursting into the penalty area. Onto his right foot. Oh, and it deflected and a good save.
There you go.
That's what we're talking about.
There's the right foot shot. Now it's Stupinian's not got a clue which way he goes now. That's all he needs to do. That was
much better by Miggy.
It was Lewis Dunk, in fact. He wasn't even a shot. It was a cross. It got deflected.
Deflected. Very good save by the goalkeeper because he was going the wrong way and he had to get down to his left very, very quickly. So we have a corner. 15 minutes gone and it's still goalless at the Amex. But we've had the better chances. They may have had much more possession, but we've certainly had the better opportunities to score.
Indeed.
It's going to be Trippier to take the corner, and it's an
Poor.
absolute horror show.
What
was that?
Appalling. We're in the shit here.
We are. Brighton are breaking out now with Mitoma, and Anthony Gordon is actually in the right back position. Mitoma cuts inside. Good block by Trippier. Got back to defend it. But what on earth was he doing with the corner? Why aren't we seeing Tonali? Try something different, man.
Tonali was stood in the 6-yard box. I mean, he's about 5'10", 5'11". Is he a threat from a header? I don't think so. Ridiculous.
I just don't get why we're not trying something different. I mean, I don't understand what the hell that corner was. It was on the floor, straight to a Brighton player. Trippier, well, that's a good ball by Shea. Tonali, lovely little touchdown to Miggy. Forward by Bruno to absolute. That's awful ball as well. What are we doing here? I mean, the passing has been shocking so far. We've seen one world-class pass from Bruno. And João Pedro bursting forward into the box. Trippier's bundled him over. The referee has said play on. I think it was a good old-fashioned shoulder charge, to be honest.
I agree. That's a poor slide.
Bruno's done really well. Bruno's done really well. And then he's taken out. No foul. Anthony Gordon, brilliant. And now down to Isak on the right-hand side. Isak coming forward. He's got Gordon with him. 3 back though for Brighton. Isak goes wide. Brilliant from Isak. Pulls it back.
No one there.
Come on.
That's a brilliant bit of play from Isak.
Where are the midfielders bursting their ass to get in the box, man?
Well, here's Tonali stood on the edge of the centre circle. Bruno next to him, look.
And Mickey back in midfield. Why? There was only Anthony Gordon busting an arse to get up there. Brilliant work by Isak. That's what Isak can do. And that is frustrating as hell when you make a run like that and you pull it back. Just somebody get up there.
Yeah, brilliant from Isak, that.
But again, brilliant work from Anthony Gordon to come away with the ball as well, Billy.
It was, yeah.
And then feed it into Isak. Gordon kept his run, but no other support. Nobody supporting. And it's out to Sully March on this right-hand side again for Brighton now. We've got to take these chances.
I said we could get at them, and we have got at them, but, I mean, we should really have 3 goals, shouldn't we?
Yep. And here's João Pedro again. Out to Mitoma, into the box now. Mitoma hits it, and it's blocked, and that will go for another corner to Brighton. It's end-to-end stuff, to be honest, but we should be ahead. We should be 2 or 3 up here. I mean, we're just seeing it again. Brilliant run by Isak. And he pulls it back into a wonderful place.
I don't know where Anthony Gordon's going. I don't know where Anthony Gordon's going. He's running behind players there. If he drops back, he scores.
Well, I think Gordon thought he might have drilled it across, straight across, Billy.
Post, hasn't he?
But Isak must have thought that surely there's going to be a midfielder coming in here to just tap this into the net.
I just don't
understand where the support was. However,
Gordon
good
runs
move
behind
again.
3 players. If he runs behind 3 players, a chance of getting blocked. But anyway, we've got to defend the corner here.
We have whipped in by Pascal Gross to the back post. Dunk heads it back across. It's still in play. There wasn't many appeals. Joe Linton's down, but he's slowly getting back up. March again on the left foot, goes right to the back post. Can Lewis Dunk keep it in? It bounced off the surface and he did keep it in. Wow. Here's Gross again.
We look very disjointed defensively, don't we?
We look all over the shop. I mean, those Brighton corners are causing us a bit of a worry. I would have been annoyed had Mitoma jumped above all 3 of our defenders there to nod that in. Gilmore, good reading of the game by Joe Linton. Now Bruno comes away with it. Gilmore comes across. Bruno rolls it into Isak, who's suddenly come alive again. Just knocks Van Heck off the ball. Isak cuts inside. That's what we want to see. Yeah. Fabulous footwork again from the Swede. Now Bruno. He's got Anthony Gordon to the left. Here is Gordon. But again, we've slowed right down.
I think we're just trying to take the sting out of Brighton. But...
I think so, yeah. And Fabian Schär eventually goes right back to Nick Pope.
Incidentally, from that last corner that they had, Nick Pope didn't cover himself in glory either.
No.
He did a bit of a flappery, didn't he?
Trippier now. Brighton doing the pressing, and Fabian Schär's just kicked it straight out of play. That is not great.
Not great.
I mean, I know we're trying to take the sting out of it, but I think that certainly this Brighton left-hand side with Estepinian there, we've got the run on him. So far, according to in the last 15 minutes, Brighton have had 7 shots to our 0. But of course, our shots came in the first 5 minutes. So the last 15 haven't exactly gone to plan. But We should be ahead. I don't care what anybody says.
I agree with what the chat's saying. Joe Linton doesn't look his normal.
No, he looks way off the pace, doesn't he? Good work again by Anderson. He's rolled it into March. Solly March is causing us all sorts of problems because sometimes he's on the right, then he's coming into the middle, and we just can't read where he's going to be. Here's Matoma again for Brighton to Billy Gilmore, back to Lewis Dunk for Brighton. Dunk just taking his time again. He'll go across to Van Heck, and they'll try and switch it to the other side. Gilmore seen a lot of the ball is the Scotsman. Van Heck now in the centre circle for Brighton. Turns, just looking for that one-player movement. But Newcastle, to be fair, holding the line well. But that's a good ball by Gilmore. Pascal Gross, he's got Solly March in support. Here is March. March on the right-hand side. Just rolls it back. Brighton trying again. Solly March, he's going against Matt Target.
Oh, committing himself.
Well, he's done well, actually. He's won the ball. Well played, Matt Target, and wins the free kick as well. Very late from Solly March, who claims he got the ball. Brian Scott says, please calm down. We've been good. Brian, we've had chances. I don't know about us being good, but we've let Brighton have a lot of the ball the last 20 minutes. Shana says, I'd love to see us go 4-4-2 instead of this one striker and two wingers. Isak and Wilson would be great. Look, I mean, Isak and Wilson. I remember Brentford away last season, Billy. They were superb. You couldn't touch them.
You could do it. You could take Joe Linton out and put Wilson on, couldn't you?
But I don't think Eddie's a fan of the 4-4-2 anymore.
It's very old-fashioned, isn't it? Come on, get in.
Oh, Anthony Gordon's very late. I think he's going to get booked for that.
I think he's made a meal of it, mind.
Yeah.
All right, Pascal, calm down. It wasn't that bad. Or was it?
Well, I haven't seen it yet, but Van Heck's rolling around like he's been shot in the foot. He is going to be booked. Let's have another look at it. Oh, yes. He was very late.
It's not a red card.
It's not red. It's just a late tackle. But definitely a booking. But that's not good to have Anthony Gordon on a booking, given the way the aggressive game that he plays, Bill.
Yeah, with 4 games and he's on his 3rd yellow card, so he could be suspended in 2 games, couldn't he?
He's taking over Joe Linton's mantle. Anyway, Brighton played out. Van Heck on the ball. Made a very quick recovery from that foot injury. And now Lewis Dunk brings the ball forward for Brighton. 23.5 minutes gone. Still goalless. Matoma, lovely first touch into Ferguson. Ferguson now will look for Solly March on the right-hand side. Again, using him well. Brighton, certainly Billy Gilmore getting on the ball a lot, but he's...
Ooh,
oh, come on.
Slide in there.
I thought Miggy could have got that.
Yeah, I did. I thought he could have slid for it at least.
But one thing we're doing well, Billy, I think, is keeping our shape. You know, Brighton, you know, we've seen this a few times now where they've had to turn back and go back to the centre-backs because there's literally nothing on. And it's a couple of good passes that I think from Billy Gilmore that have created some good opportunities for Brighton. He is on the ball.
Well today.
Yep. Estepinian now for Brighton. Rolls it back into Billy Gilmore. Gilmore switches the player looking for Solly March. What a ball that was, but he's offside. So still goalless.
I think we are trying to hit them on the counter. I think that's basically our game plan today is let them soak up the pressure, hit them on the counter.
I don't necessarily think that's our best game either, Billy.
No, it's not. It's not.
We should be pressing teams, the players we've got. Ian A says we need some aggression from J7.
I tend to agree. Go on, Anthony, you in here?
Gordon. Yep, Anthony Gordon. Poor defending that, actually. Gordon's on the ball. Rolls it into Bruno. Bruno out to Joe Linton now on the left-hand side. Joe Linton. Little ball into Bruno. Bruno looking for options. Goes back to Fabian Schär. Midway through the Brighton half with Trippier now. Trippier looking for the option to Miggy, but doesn't use him. Rolls it back to Fabian Schär. Schär now on the halfway line. Goes dying. What a ball that is.
It's
Joe Linton. It's one of those classics, but this time Big Joe is knocked off the ball. To be fair, there was 2 Brighton players on him and just sort of knocked him off the ball. But a fabulous ball again from Fabian Schär.
It's a great
we saw that a good few times last season.
Great, well defended, to be fair to him. There's the pressure now.
Yeah. And, Anthony Gordon's gone away, disappeared as Van Heck brings the ball out. He's allowed to bring it right out, rolls it into João Pedro, who's looked quite good, Billy, I have to say. He's held the ball up well for Brighton in this first half.
Yeah, he's floating around, isn't he? He's not playing as a forward as such. He's dropping deep. He's causes a few
He's certainly
problems.
not playing out as a number 9, but of course Ferguson's up there for them. Long ball played forward first time. Nick Pope comes out of his goal. Matoma chasing him down. And Pope kicks it away. It's That's terrible clearance. Awful. And Esther Pinion's now on the ball. This is trouble. He rolls it into Matoma. Great save. Made up for it. It's one of them classics with the... Oh, and he's fumbled in and Brighton score.
Fucking, that's Tonali. Tonali was awful there.
Oh, my God. A comedy of errors. And Ferguson puts it in the back of the net. And Brighton lead in the 27th minute of the game. It all started from a rotten kick from Nick Pope, who has been criticised very heavily lately for his footwork. And then he made a brilliant save from Matoma. And then another shot comes in, he fumbles it, and it falls straight at Ferguson's feet. Billy.
Watch the role Tonali plays here. I mean, it's piss poor from Pope, but he makes a great save to recover. But watch Tonali here, this clearance here. Watch now.
Oh, that's lazy.
Absolutely awful.
But Pope should not be dropping that.
No, he shouldn't. That's awful from Pope as well.
2 mistakes from the goalkeeper. Lazy clearance from Tonali, and we are punished again. I mean
Tonali's got time to take it down. What's that? What is that? What?
But Nick Pope, oh dear, comedy of errors, and we are behind. It's been coming, Billy, to be honest. It has been coming.
Great shot from Gilmore, but that's awful from Nick Pope. Absolutely awful. Come on, boys. If he's not confident of catching it, push it away.
Yeah, we're better than this. I'm sorry, we are. We are better than this. This is poor. Joe Linton now. Good strength. Good ball into Isak now. Isak will use Gordon on the left. Can we get an answer back straight away? Gordon cuts inside onto his right. He's done brilliantly well. Lays it into Bruno! Just wide. Sorry, it was Joe Linton. And he's put it wide. And again, another opportunity goes missing for Newcastle.
Yeah, should have been better there, shouldn't he, as well?
He's got to hit the target, Billy.
It's brilliant from Gordon. Brilliant from Isak.
Superb.
But Gordon, Joe Linton did brilliant to get where he was, and then he's trying to, I don't know what
he's trying to bend it into the left. He's trying to bend it into the corner, just didn't get the bend on it, did he? But again, another chance goes missing, Billy. But that's much better. Really good football from Newcastle, that. Oh, Dan Burns being beaten to it by Ferguson. And here come Brighton. Matoma's through the middle, completely unmarked. It's into Pedro. João Pedro blasts it over. That is an awful finish because he had Solly Marsh bursting down the right-hand side. And we are looking rocky, to say the least, at the back, Billy.
Yes, it's very, 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 very precarious, isn't it? Dan Burn too easily shrugged off the ball. They come through like a knife through butter. And it was an awful shot from Pedro to end it.
I mean, Dan Burns got to do better there. He stands up. Ferguson's got round him just too easily. I mean, we are looking poor at the back, I have to say. I mean, you know, I know we're missing Botman, but wow. We're all over the shop here. There's a head injury at the minute. I think it's Joe Linton who's down.
If we don't book our ideas up, this could be nasty tonight.
Yeah. I mean, look, there's been some good moves by Newcastle, some very good moves that have had opportunities, but we haven't. Once again, we've had 3 or 4 opportunities, Billy, in this first half to really put a stamp on this game, and we've done neither.
No, I don't think the keeper's had a shot to save. He's had a cross that's deflected into his path, but, you know, Isak was clean through. Should have scored. Van Heck got back to him. He was dithering. Yeah, it's not been great all over the place, to be honest. We are creating stuff. The midfield are doing okay when they get the ball.
There's a lot of criticism in the chat for Bruno as well, saying he's not showing up to win the ball. He's, I mean, look, our midfield hasn't showed up today, quite honestly, so far.
To have a go at, I think Bruno's the least. he's created, he's won the ball a couple of times. I mean, no criticism.
We need more from them, though, Billy. We need more from them.
We do.
Very, very lazy clearance from Tonali.
It was awful.
But Nick Pope should be doing better. I mean, it all stemmed from... we shouldn't have been in that position anyway.
That's a foul, referee. Yes, give it finally.
Mark Mullins, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, Nick Pope is absolutely shite this season. Give Dubravka the shot, and why the hell we playing target when we've got Lewis Hall? I don't get it. I mean, if I'm honest, Billy, I would have played Lewis Hall at left back today. I said that last night on the show, and I said that I would rather play him for 60, 65 minutes, and then if he's tired, bring him off. He's 18-year-old, you know what I mean? He's not going to, you're talking about match fitness. He's got to play games. Here's Alma on the right-hand side. Trippier now launches a good ball into Joe Linton, but again, just knocked off the ball far too easy. Well, he's won it back brilliantly there. Oh, referee! Bugger off, man. That is not a foul. But Brighton take it very quickly, and João Pedro's on the march again. Out to Matoma on the left-hand side. Matoma now looking to cut back on his right. He does, but it's a good block by Fabian Schär. Brighton are all over us on the attack. There's no doubt about that. We look as rocky as the Titanic.
I think the ref allowed that free kick too quick because he was talking to somebody and let the play. He should have just stopped the play there. He didn't stop it.
Well, yeah. Here's Billy Gilmore now, who is controlling things. Absolutely controlling things for Brighton. I can see Isak getting frustrated here, Billy. He's just chasing ghosts. Brighton are playing some lovely stuff, it has to be said. Here's Estepinian.
They're playing around us.
Lewis Dunk, again, looking to the right-hand side for Solly Marsh. Definitely targeting that side. He's won the header against Matt Target. Byrne wins it against Brighton on the attack again. The ball falls for them. Ferguson. Matoma. He's got Estepinian making a good run. It was a poor ball by Matoma. Miggy skips round Matoma. Does very well there. What can he do with it? Turns back on his left. Plays it inside to Bruno. Bruno. Out to Miggy again. Back to Trippier. Trippier then goes long. And Isak falls over. And Brighton, it's Newcastle throw in. Tonali takes it quickly to Isak, who wants to get on with it very quickly. Does brilliantly well there. Anthony Gordon's making a run in the left. Tonali's free on the right-hand side here. This is Sandro Tonali. He's whipped it in towards Anthony Gordon. Just couldn't get any purchase on it. Very good ball in from Tonali, and I think that's what Anthony Gordon was looking for from Isak earlier on.
Yeah.
Bruno now for Newcastle. Running right across the pitch. And Tonali, that's very heavy touch, but I thought that was a foul.
It was a foul, and his referee's played on. Unbelievable.
Bit scrappy there, but here's João Pedro breaking. Tonali on him. Gives it out wide to Solly Marsh, and Brighton will just calm it down again. Come on, press, guys, press. Andrew says, geez, Miggy can't even dribble on his right foot. What's the point? Lewis Dunk back again to the goalkeeper. 33 and a half minutes gone, and Brighton are leading 1-0. And, well,
that's a foul.
And another foul this time by Fabian Schär. He's got to be careful because he's given a couple away and all.
See, we're trying to press with a man short. Miggy isn't pressing.
Paul Spraggs says we're getting found out this season. Every team knows how to play us now. I mean, I would like to see a little bit of a difference, Billy. Instead of, people are reading the 4-3-3. They know how we play. Maybe he's just mix it up a bit during the game.
I'm not sure it's the formation. I think it's the fact that one or two of them are passengers. Mr. Joe Linton's one of them, for certain.
Yeah.
Isak's come more into the game as it's gone on. He's looked far better the past 10 minutes.
Yeah. He's had a decent first half, Isak, actually.
Foul referee.
Yeah, he's missed a couple of chances, but he's been wanting the ball, Billy. Certainly the last 20 minutes or so. He's been wanting the ball. He's been running at defenders. Him and Anthony Gordon are causing the most problems. There's no doubt about that. Give the ball to Anthony Gordon more. We keep coming down this right-hand side and nothing is happening. Get it out to Anthony Gordon. Let him run at the defenders.
I think the big problem is we don't have a recognised six. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah. Brighton win it back again. Miggy lost the ball there. Here's to Billy Gilmore, to Van Heck. Right in the centre circle. Rolls it into Ferguson, who has time to turn. And again, out to the right-hand side for Solly Marsh. Solly Marsh cuts inside. Billy Gilmore in support, but Solly Marsh switches the play. looking for Matoma. It's a wonderful ball. Matoma takes it down brilliantly.
Great touch.
Considering he's under pressure from Trippier, slips it into Estepinian, puts it back. I think he thought that João Pedro was there, but
That's
good
quality.
defending by Bruno. That's better. Good play from Miggy as well, getting us on the attack. And here we come now with Bruno. Bruno, give it to him. Gordon screaming for the ball to be played.
Yeah, got to put it in his path there, give him something to win at. That's what I was saying. Let him run onto it.
Here is Kieran Trippier to Tonali. Tonali now. That's a great ball into Isak. Isak now into the penalty area, running against Lewis Dunk. Isak, he's got support from Miggy, but uses Tonali instead. Tonali looks to try and get the cross in. Miggy now. Will he cross it? Yes, he will. To the back post towards Joe Linton. Too high. And it's a goal kick to Brighton. But that was better, Billy.
Yeah, it was much better. Good defending at the far post there from, what's his name? Van Dijk. It's not Van Dijk, is it? Van something, is it?
Van Heck.
Ver something. No, Ver the other one. Him.
Yeah, turn around so we can see your name. He's the only one I can't remember what his name is, Billy, to be honest. But there you go. We've got a $4.99 super chat from Deep Into Snow. Thank you very much. He says, we needed to rotate this match. Hall, Murphy and Wilson. I can't disagree, to be honest. I thought Murphy might have come in today. And Nick Pope there just juggling a little bit with his feet with the ball. So we're coming up to 37 minutes gone. Brighton lead 1-0. And look, you know what this channel's like, guys. We will say if a player isn't performing. You know, sorry?
Verbruggen. That's the goal, isn't it?
No, that's the goalkeeper. Yeah. Well, how isn't he getting... I mean, Bruno's complaining there's his shirt being pulled, and the referee just looks at him and eventually gives the foul.
It's a yellow card as well, shirt pulling. This season.
But, well, the referee's kept his cards in his pocket. Jake says, How is having a laugh if he thinks Miggy is playing good in these recent games? No hate for Eddie, but come on. I mean, look, again, I'll state, we aren't hating on the players. We're just saying, you know, some players could do better in certain circumstances.
This is bad.
Great ball by Isak. He's certainly come into the game in this first half. Matt Target now rolls it out to Anthony Gordon. Gordon on his right foot. It's a good cross looking for Tonali. It bounces loose for Miggy, but Matoma's there first.
Shits out of that, Miggy.
Miggy just waiting for the ball, but Matoma wasn't going to just say, well, hang on, I'll wait with you. Here's Fabian Schär, 3/4 of the way through the half. Trippier, cross it! Cross it!
Well, no,
into Bruno. Bruno might have a shot. Oh, shoot!
It's a great ball.
Well, it is, but Tonali's got 4 around him. Isak, it's bouncing around. It comes back to Tonali. And Estepinian clears. It was a little bit of a heavy touch. But no shot again coming in.
Yeah, we're trying to walk
Bruno on the 18-yard box. He's got to smash that, man. Oh, that's nasty on Tonali. That's got to be a yellow card on Estepinian.
I don't think it is. He's not going to give it.
Right in the back of the ankle. Nasty.
If he's giving Anthony Gordon a yellow card for what he did, that's a yellow card. You'll see it here now. Right through the back, look.
That's a terrible foul.
He's not even gone for the ball. He just kicked him in the ankle.
Shocking. I mean, that could have actually done his knee, that, you know, if he'd gone in a bit firmer there, because, you know, the angle of it.
Red. It's borderline red, that is.
Shocking tackle.
Not even yellowed.
No yellow card. Right, Trippier's going to take the free kick again. Let's see if he can do better than he did with the corner earlier on.
Brighton squeezing it, aren't they? Very high line.
They are playing an extremely high line, but they did
Look
that.
Look at the rest of them. Give him one shade down. That's a free kick.
Oh, that's an awful. Yeah, but Billy, look where the free kick went, man. Straight to the goalkeeper.
But if Shea had got the run, which he should have, he pulled to the floor, he might have been on that.
Put Tonali on the fucking free kicks, man.
Yeah, it's very predictable. He must have something in his contract saying I must take all the set pieces. But like Harry Kane used to have.
Oh, come on, referee.
Who's this ref? Fucking Fat Boy Slim.
Well, he's terrible, as usual. Andrew says, Trips has not been having any good dead balls in this game. Yeah, but for some reason, we don't mix it up. We don't try and change it. We don't put Tonali, who is a world-class free kick taker. Honestly. Very frustrating at times. I mean, you know, given the talent we've got in that box, you know, you've got players there who are good in the air. Wonderful ball forward. Matoma's fouled Trippier, and that will be a free kick. And Fabian Schär will take this for Newcastle United. 5 minutes until we see how long's going to get added on. I don't think we've seen any physio on, so I can't see a lot of time, just maybe for the goal. And that's all, Billy.
Van Heck was down for a minute or two, wasn't he?
Yes, sorry. Yes, he was.
Veltman's the bloke we couldn't think of.
Veltman, that's it, yeah. He hasn't hardly touched the ball, that's why. Here's Anthony Gordon, back to Matt Targett. Targett back to Gordon. Gordon looking for help. He can only give it to Targett. He rolls it back to Dan Burn. Burn goes straight across to Fabian Schär. Schär looking for the support. It's a lazy ball, but manages to get to Bruno. And Bruno's in trouble here. He's got Brighton players swarming all over him. Did well to get that back to Nick Pope. But God, he was put in a situation there by Fabian Schär. Very lazy. Tonali flicked on the outside of the boot, but Joe Linton can't get it. And here's Estepinian now to Billy Gilmore. Solly Marsh, look where he's playing now. He's all over the pitch, Solly Marsh. Here's Gilmore to Van Heck. Back to Gilmore. Brighton start to build again. Good pressing by Newcastle there. Anthony Gordon now chasing down Van Heck. And it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper.
Come on, Miggy. Push the gun and get his fullback. Or centre half.
It's Lewis Dunk standing in acres of space, and it's gone over Miggy's head all the way out to Estepinian on the left-hand side. He plays it into Matoma. He brings it down. Matoma, he's held onto it well. Skips around.
Tackle. Fucking ricochet again.
Exactly. Just bounces straight to them, doesn't it? Gilmore. Brighton will obviously... They'll not do anything drastic. What a turn by Billy Gilmore. That's a nice ball as well. Great bit of play by Brighton, but that's a free kick. And Fabian Schär this time is going to be booked. Now, what is different to what Estepinian did on Miggy?
I think it's the amount he's done.
On Tonali, sorry. I know that's the amount of tackles, but, come on. I mean, did he touch him?
He hasn't even touched him.
Come on.
He hasn't even touched him. Pedro's took a dive and...
But he has made some poor tackles in the first half, Fabian Schär. So I think it's just added up, whether it was a card or not.
Yeah, it's accumulation, isn't it?
But this is an opportunity for Brighton, who would love to get a second goal just before the break. We need to defend well here. Gross and Estepinian over the ball. I think it's going to be Estepinian to swing this in with his left. It's not. It's Gross. He goes right to the back post again. And Anthony Gordon does well to win the header, and it's a corner to Brighton. Deep into Snow, thank you for another $4.99. He says, besides Tonali, our midfield is toothless. Willock walks back in the team. I can't disagree with that. We are really missing Joe Willock.
Yeah, I agree. A bit of energy in there. It's one thing we haven't got.
But it's frustrating the amount of chances we've had in this first half, Billy, and we haven't taken any again. That is a frustration.
I mean, if I was the manager here, I'd be taking Joe Linton off half time and bringing Elliot Anderson straight on.
Yeah,
we need something in the middle.
100%. 100%. In comes the corner, and it's won by, I think, Lewis Dunk got his head on that. It was. But lucky for us, it wasn't on target, and it's going to be a goal kick to Newcastle United. Will Eddie be brave enough, Billy, to make any subs at half-time?
I hope so. I don't think he will, but I hope he does.
We need to. Let's be honest. It's not worked out. Joe Linton looks... that's an awful ball again, this time from Fabian Schär, and it's let Brighton in again, and that's well won by Joe Linton. Ooh. I thought he was going to give a free kick at first, but dear God, what are we doing, man?
Fabian Schär's way too casual, isn't he?
Oh, Tonali's done superbly well there. And now Bruno, and again, he's looking up saying, where's my support?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And now it's back.
And now we're putting ourselves under pressure again. Here's Joe Linton now. He's got a bit of space to bring the ball forward. Rolls it into Almiron now. Almiron, who's gone across to the left-hand side, rolls it into Anthony Gordon. He continues his run. Gordon on the edge of the box now is Tonali. Tonali whips it in. Good clearance by Lewis Dunk. But Kieran Trippier is going to keep this in, or will he let that roll out for a throw? He lets it roll out.
Straight to Bruno.
Bruno wanted it quickly. Trippier gives it him. But there's a few heads getting very frustrated here, Billy. You can see Bruno had the ball there, and he's like, where the hell is my support? Exactly. 2 minutes of additional time, by the way, guys. And Bruno on the ball again for Newcastle United. Rolls it to Fabian Schär. Schär looking for somebody to make a run. He plays a wonderful ball out. That's better. Anthony Gordon now will bring it down. I'm just going to call him Luther Van Dross, the right back, Billy. Gordon cuts in, took it too much of a heavy touch, but it's come to Fabian Schär. Saleh, thank you very much for your 1999 Saudi Arabian Real. Spent 100 million on Hall, Livramento and Barnes, and we don't play them. Should have went for Madison. I mean, we know Eddie Howe likes to be patient with players and bring them in slowly, but sometimes you just put them in. What is that? He's still not got the pass away. And Matt Target kicks it out. That's awful, Joe Linton.
Yeah, it's awful.
You've got to be better than that, especially when you get the second chance to get the pass right and he gives it away again. Billy, I think frustration is the word of the first half.
Absolutely. And we've cut them open on 3 or 4 occasions. Yet we've still really not looked like scoring, have we? No. You know, we should have been 2 up before they even scored. So well done, Joe Linton. That sort of. Oh, you're having a laugh, referee.
Michael says, I think Joe's knee problem is still there. He seems to be off the pace. Well, if he's got a knee problem, he shouldn't be on the pitch as far as I'm concerned. Few seconds left of this first half. And, well, we have to make changes. We've got to.
Don't forget, we were like this in the pre-season game, so nothing lost this yet.
No, absolutely not.
Oh,
still 45 minutes of this half to go, but that's half time. And well, Newcastle will be extremely disappointed, I think, to be going in a goal down. It could have been more. However, had we taken our chance, I mean, it could have really been 3-3 this first half. But Billy, it's got to be better. I mean, we're not shooting the ball, man.
Well, not just that. We've gifted them a goal. We've literally gave them a goal, haven't we? 2 mistakes from Nick Pope in the same kind of passage of play. A really, really poor clearance from Sandro Tonali. Ended up in a goal for Ferguson. But yeah, we should have been 2 or 3 up before that.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, I'm not going to put it. I'm not going to put it too much on Tonali, Billy. I think it was.
I think you have to. I think you have to. Yeah, but Nick Pope was mainly to blame, but
Pope shouldn't have put us under pressure like that in the first place. You know, he shouldn't have put us under pressure like that. You know,
yeah,
I don't even know who he was trying to pass the ball to.
It was awful goalkeeping all the way around. Apart from the save he got to in the first place, but that clearance, if he just gets his foot under it, or someone's got to call to him. Maybe he didn't get a shout. We don't know.
Well,
goalkeeping was absolutely
we don't know.
Laughable.
Mike Tremble says this performance has made me feel sick. First time I've felt underwhelmed by a performance for a while. Not normal. I'm angry at players, but a few of them are pissing me off today. Graham Sidney says, bloody awful. Sensible Monica says, let's not sugarcoat this. That was utter shite. Craig Lee says, the crowd are silent, even our lot. Vincent says, Anderson on will inject some energy and attacking threat. I'd be disappointed if Eddie persists. Tony says, they had load more shots on the net. Avinia Turkish says, very poor. Petra says, guys, I don't want to be picky, but Bruno is still not at his best, I feel. I mean, out of the 3 of them, I mean, Tonali, I don't know. Tonali's been decent. He's worked. You can tell his class. Bruno, I think, has been all right. I mean, that ball he put through for Isak. I mean, Isak should have just hit that. You know, he tried to take an extra touch, didn't he, in the first couple of minutes, Billy? He tried to go that extra step further, and it didn't work out. But I don't know. Something's just not right.
It's the fact we're playing with 2 out of the 3. Joe Linton's been a passenger. He literally has been a passenger. Yeah, I think it'll look much better with a bit more energy on that side. Eddie Anderson has to come on at half time for me. It's an obvious choice. Whether Eddie Howe does it or not, we shall see. But to me, it's an obvious change. Yeah.
Ian says, thank you for your 199, buddy. He says, Big Joe's not fit. No intensity at all for us. Z says, I don't think we've had a shot on target. Awful.
We should have had, shouldn't we? You know, well, when you clean for your 1-on-1, you've got to have a shot on target. When you get a ball to your feet at the edge of the 6-yard box, you've got to get a shot on target.
Absolutely. Geordie says, seriously shocked if no changes at half-time. Well, I'll be stunned. I'll be absolutely stunned. Paul Sprague says, looks like we played yesterday. They look knackered.
There's no movement at all, is it? They just look so static when we've got the ball. There's no running off the ball. Yeah, it's very, very worrying, actually.
2 Tsunami says, Paul and Billy, question. Nobody, including myself, does not want how to go. But if we keep losing, we know how ruthless boards get, and we don't know what they'll be thinking.
I think we're a bit in the future for that kind of stuff.
I think he's got a bit of time yet. I wouldn't put anything on that.
I think we're getting a few kind of nudges if we lose today, though. I do, honestly.
Oh, I think nobody will feel the pressure more than Eddie himself, to be honest, Billy. But again, guys, we're on 22,856 subscribers now. So we want to get as close as we can to 23,000 by the end of this watch along today. So if you are new to the channel, please do hit the subscribe button. Come and join this incredible community on the Toon Review and interact with us like many people are doing today. Of course, you can super chat the channel as well by hitting the $sign at the bottom of the live comments. That will take you through to a payment method and you get your comment read straight out. So thank you also in advance for that. But let's really push for this 23,000 today, guys. It would be incredible if we can get near it. And of course, keep voting for us in those football content awards. The voting ends tomorrow. So we are looking to get as many votes in today as we possibly can. And hopefully make the finals again, which this time are at Anfield. The three categories are in the description as well to vote for the Toon Review. Just click that link and go and vote as many times as you can. So thank you for all that in advance. Keith says, I wonder if it'll be the same subs at 70 minutes.
I hope not. I hope not.
I'd be devastated, Billy, to be honest. I am still here, by the way. I'm just adjusting my camera. I mean, Billy, what sub, if you were Eddie Howe now, what would be the sub that you're going to make?
No, it's got to be Joe Linton for Elliot Anderson. It's the obvious sub, especially what he did in pre-season against Brighton. They'll be wary of Anderson, and he'll give us a bit of energy in the middle of the park. It's what we're lacking. A bit of movement as well. We're lacking movement. We're lacking energy. I think we get Elliot Anderson. We get Anthony Gordon in the game more. I think Anthony Gordon has got the beating of Veltman on that flank. So does, Anderson's the big one for me. Yeah.
Would you bring Murphy on? Or would you wait, give Miggy another 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, I'll give Murphy 15 minutes.
Simon says, just not good enough. I missed the start, and it looks like we're using the same setup again. Cruel to be kind says, crap lineup. I'm not surprised. Call me Swift. This game is screaming for Callum Wilson. I mean, Billy, I'm just watching the goal again at halftime, and it is a dreadful clearance. I'm not sure who the hell he was aiming for.
He doesn't cover himself in glory there either, does he?
Yeah, well, I've just noticed that. He went sliding in from around 20 foot away. But Nick Pope should be comfortably gathering that ball, Billy. I know Gilmore hit it with pace, but just watch Trippier here.
Yeah,
he's
nowhere near.
And
XG suckered him.
I mean, it's just crap defending all around, isn't it? And then Tonali, I think they've highlighted him there as a poor. But Tonali there, Billy, as well, not just the clearance, but he didn't get out to close Gilmore down.
He's got to be aware of what's around him. And if he knows what's things around him, he can take a touch and clear it. Instead of just a feeble wave of the right foot to try and get it. And where's it going with that little flick? It's a massive gamble, and it didn't pay off. It put us in trouble.
Yeah. Biggin, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says we need a ball carrier badly, or at least a number 6. Keith Oliver says Bruno is causing massive instability here. I'm telling you, he's been given assurances he will be able to go forward, and he has to play the 6. We had to buy a DM. Well, I mean, look, we were all concentrating on centre backs rather than midfielders, I think, certainly in the latter stages of the transfer window. Here's that chance for Joe Linton again. Great work. That was a good move by Newcastle, and Joe just couldn't get the bend on it there. It would have been a lovely goal, that. Billy's blaming the green top. I mean, we did struggle early doors with the old one, didn't we? The white Saudi kit, Billy, last season.
Yeah, we did. We did indeed.
Jesus. Irish Toon says Dan Burn has 0 pace. Foxy says, love Pope, but he made 2 mistakes with the goal. Don't want to hear Pope for England again. It's easy to understand why he doesn't make the squad.
So I tend to agree with you. The past 2 performances.
He hasn't been great this season. Well, this season, Billy, I think his kicking's been rotten.
Just looks very nervous, isn't he?
Yeah. That's a bit of a worry. Kyle says, Bruno giving away the ball so much. We are getting played through like a hot knife through butter. Thomas McRae says, at least Tonali is trying. Simon says Joe Linton doesn't look fit. He doesn't. And for me, Billy, he doesn't look fit and shouldn't have maybe put him on the bench, but he shouldn't have started.
I agree. I guess he thought he was, but he just looks a step behind everyone else, and he looks slow, looks ponderous, just not able to cover the ground like someone else would. I think we need another body now with energy that provides more space for us. Yeah,
a few comments coming in as well saying we've got to get our act together for the Champions League because if we play like this, we will be mullered. I think that's a fair comment. Shana says Burn is not good enough, too slow. Bruno slowed that counter-attack down. Irish
he had to, but he had to, John. He had no one in front of him. He had no one to pass to.
You could see his frustration. I don't think any of the midfield have done much in this game, says Irish Toon. Well, Billy Gilmore's just had a field day. He's had an absolute field day for Brighton. Scan says movement and passing is so slow. I don't understand what's happening. That's the thing, Billy, against Liverpool as well. It was very, very slow. And that's not how we've performed under Eddie Howe, is it?
They're aligned to each other, aren't they? If you haven't got the movement, you're gonna have slow passing. You to get this fast passing, you need fast movement. Simple as that.
Petrus says Anderson was our best player in pre-season. Super fit and nice finishing. Yeah. Well,
I'll be surprised we don't see him at half to come on after the second half. I really will be surprised.
Yeah. Dan Kane says, I'm a member of the goalkeeper union, but Pope was definitely liable. I don't know if we can call them very poor, but certainly not our best. Luckily, over the last years, we tend to be a second half side, I think Dan's going to say there. Ryan says we need Anderson or Willock playing. Well, we can't have Willock at the minute, of course, but Anderson we have. I just don't understand why Anderson's not been given it. I mean, do you think he's afraid to put Anderson in, Billy?
Well, we shall see after half time because it's a blatantly obvious choice he's got to make. Will he make it? I don't know. I mean, I'm sad to say I'm not sure he will make it, but he should be.
Ian says across the board they haven't been good, but with some bright higher moments from Gordon and Isak, definitely. I mean, I'm pleased Isak came into the game more, Billy, because he started to come deep and wanting the ball, didn't he? And then he was receiving the ball on the halfway line, spinning around and getting on the attack, which is what we want to see.
He had a very poor first 15 minutes, didn't he? After that, he kind of got into the game a bit. But in that first 15 minutes, unfortunately, he had a one-on-one and he had a shot on edge of the 6-yard box, which could have put us 2 goals clear.
Chris Curry says midfield flat, get Anderson or not Longstaff on for their energy. We need Anderson, not Longstaff. If he puts Longstaff ahead of Anderson again, I think the pelters will come at him. Because we're behind here now. We need a goal, and you don't put Longstaff on when you've got Anderson sitting there. No. Paul says Elliot Anderson and Jacob Murphy on with Joe Linton and Miggy coming off. Those are the two I'd make, Billy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they're perfectly feasible substitutions. I agree. I don't think I'd bring Miggy off of there, though.
Yeah. Spider says, is this a training session? I wish they would stop walking and run and create something. Yeah, very static the last 2 games, hasn't it? The movement that we're used to seeing from Newcastle, the quick movement, the quick passing, it hasn't really been there, Billy.
It's all about the movements for me. I mean, you can't pass quickly to people that aren't there. It's just that people are ambling around a bit. And I'm afraid Joe Linton's the biggest culprit in this because he just doesn't seem to be at the races. Whether he's unfit or not, we don't know. But it's a blatantly obvious change. Yeah.
James says we closed every team down last season and look where that got us. And this season we are sitting back. Why? If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
We didn't at the Amex. I mean, the Amex was a really tough 90 minutes for us. We didn't give them any goals, fortunately, that day. We have today. That's the difference.
Sophia says, well, that was a big pile of crap. None of them look fit. Craig says Lewis Miley is a better player than an injured Big Joe. I mean, Miley's not even on the bench again. I don't. He's never been seen in the first team since pre-season. So disappointing to say the least. David says, with the exception of Gordon, that was very, very poor. Even then, Gordon has been outshone by every single Brighton player. Come on, Newcastle, pull your finger out. Yep. I mean, how would you start the second half, Billy? What would you tell them? Would you tell them to go for it, really pressure Brighton in the first 15 minutes? Or do we just play our way into the half and then go for it 15, 20 minutes to go? But listen, we want to win the game. It's not a case of getting a point. We want to win, surely.
Well, it's odd because we have cut them to ribbons at times, haven't we? You know,
Yeah.
In certain phases of play, we've actually got ourselves in really good scoring opportunities. So I'm not sure I don't know what he says different. We've got to be more energetic. Simple as
that. Ian says at least 10 minutes before Gordon was given the ball. Yeah, he just didn't. He didn't see the ball for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Jimmy reckons we're saving ourselves for the Champions League. I wish that was the case, buddy. Eddie will not change anything before 60 minutes. I can put a bet on it. I think he needs to, though. That's the thing. It's not a question of thinking he will or he won't. He needs to, Billy.
Yeah, I think he has to. I think this change must happen now.
Yeah. Jam Stasher says static. The lack of confidence at the moment. Goalkeeper letting the team down. Hard to win that way. Hopefully we can turn it round in the second half. Well, they're focusing on Sean Longstaff here, Billy.
Oh gosh, no. I'll tell you what as well.
And Callum Wilson, to be fair. So I think they're just looking at the players that they've been warming up for Newcastle.
Ever since Biggie did that run on the right hand side, he's not had the ball in an attacking part of the pitch. It's ridiculous.
Very true. Very true. Guys, please keep subscribing if you are new to the channel. We are trying to get as close to 23,000 as we can by the end of this stream. And with your help, we will get there sooner rather than later. We're at 22871 now. So it is going up, guys. Please do hit the subscribe button if you are new to the channel and come and be part of this fantastic community here on the Toon Review. We are a very, very quick growing channel and we want to get up there with the big boys as soon as we can. Billy's just popped out for a moment as we're just seeing Eddie Howe returning. It'd be very interesting to see if he has made any changes because that first half just wasn't good enough, guys. It's simple as that. Dan says it's half time. Let's not write this off as a loss just yet. Absolutely. But I think to avoid the loss, he's got to make changes. Honestly, it's just been so poor. I mean, we can, yes, turn it around in the second half. Absolutely. We've got the players to do it. But those players have got to be at the races. And some of them clearly haven't. Some of them don't even look fit. Joe Linton has come out for the second half. So there's no changes, guys. He's going with the same 11 for the start of the second half. I'm disappointed with that. I expected to see some changes, but we're not. They're trying to fire each other up here. Sensible Monica, thank you for your £5 super chat. I thought the psychological effect of that Liverpool defeat was seismic. Chickens coming home to roost. Well, maybe. We're about to start the second half. Newcastle going right to left. Isak will get us underway in just a moment. And we're off. Second half is underway. Will we see something different from the Toon in this second half? Redfire, get lost. He's not a bottom table manager, you idiot. Look what he's done for us so far. Jesus Christ. Here's Isak picking the ball up, looking for some help. Gets it now from Almiron. Almiron's got Tonali out wide. Tonali rolls it back to Kieran Trippier. Trippier now back to Fabian Schär. Schär in turn goes right across the field to Matty Targett, who's got a bit of space. Rolls it up to Anthony Gordon. Gordon. Newcastle just having a bit of possession here. Good ball by Gordon, firing across back to Trippier across the other side of the pitch. Trippier now up to Almiron. No changes, Billy, half time.
No, he's going to try and let him rectify the situation, I guess.
Yeah, it certainly seems that way. Again, Fabian Schär just taking his time and then giving Dan Burn the ball. I mean, just give him it. Target then goes long, looking for the ball over the top for Anthony Gordon. And Gordon did very well there, but the ball trots out of play and it's a Brighton goal kick.
Change the view.
Oh, thank you. There you go. Sorry, guys. There you can see the score more clearly now and the clock. Not that you want to see the score at the minute, but, you know. Brighton playing it out now from the back. Here's Van Heck inside Gilmore. First time ball, and referee says no foul from anybody there. Target and Solly March went down. I think Target lost his balance, to be fair, and then Solly March just fell over the top of him. Joe Linton now just manages to keep the ball in play there. Matt Target looking for help, and he rolls it back to Fabian Schär. Trippier now to Almiron. Just inside his own half. Nice ball into Bruno. Bruno out to Tonali. Tonali fights off the challenge. He does really well there, Tonali. He's very brilliant from Tonali. So strong on the ball, Billy.
Yeah, brilliant play. Gordon's made a little run there, and Target took him 20 seconds to pass it to him. Ridiculous.
It was a brilliant run that by Gordon as well into a lot of good space.
Yeah. That's better. Got a bit of space now. Go on, Bruno, get that space.
Yeah, Bruno moving into space, into Isak. Isak now outside to Almiron, cutting in on his left. Miggy goes to Bruno. Bruno over the top for Tonali now. Tonali settles it down but can't find Isak. It's all too cramped in there at the moment. Yep, much better football.
Not a foul. That's not a foul. Yeah. That's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, I agree.
Fucking linesman gave it.
Players are going to go down there, aren't they? As soon as they feel the press on the back, they're going to go down. We know how good Bruno is at doing that. As soon as he feels a hand on his back, he's down.
Promising bit of football level led to that, I've got to say. Much better.
Yep, definitely. James Milner is getting ready to come on for Brighton. So
get him at right back. That's not a foul. I don't believe he's given a free kick there.
He's clumsy though, Dan Burn, isn't he, Billy? He is clumsy. There's no need to go make a challenge there. Just hold him up. He's going nowhere. You know what I mean? There's no need to sort of make a clumsy attempt to get the ball. Just hold him up. Oh, that's a lovely dummy by Veltman. And now Solly Marsh has got it. Marsh, good work by Anthony Gordon, though. Coming back and helping Matty Target out, but that's not where we want to see Anthony Gordon.
It's not.
Veltman will take the
I want to see Veltman come off it. Because Milner has been playing at right back for Brighton.
Yeah, he has. I don't know who he's going to take off for Brighton, because I think Brighton have. I don't think there's been a performance from any Brighton player that's been a worry to me. I think they've done all right. Target clears with his right foot. It's absolutely awful. Pedro jumps on it straight away, but we get lucky there with a ricochet and it goes out for a throw-in. What on earth was Target doing there? I mean, it's a hospital pass in the first place, even if he used his correct foot.
Yeah. Oh, look at this. They're just standing there waiting for the ball to come to him. Look.
Yeah, there's no movement. Very static. Tonali eventually gives the movement we need. Target goes over the top. Lewis Dunk brings it down. He's had a good game, Lewis Dunk, again for Brighton.
Yeah, he's
very good defender. Now Van Heck. Good pressing by Miggy, but Van Heck manages to flick the ball away. And Brighton come forward with Estepinian, who is going for a jog. Down the left-hand side for Brighton. Support from Gilmore, but he's turned back. Gilmore just drops back that extra couple of feet and gets the ball. Gross now for Brighton to Van Heck. Van Heck outside now to Veltman. Veltman will go back to Van Heck. Brighton certainly not in a hurry to do anything. They're in control of this game at the moment. Van Heck to Veltman again. First time in. That's great football by Brighton. Solly March. Dan Burns being pulled out of position here on the left-hand side. Oh, and it was too much of a heavy touch there by Solly March as he saw the run from young Ferguson. But luckily for us, it's in the arms of Nick Pope. Good football from Brighton, Billy.
Yeah, Joe Linton again, look. Left with two, struggling to get back. Look. He's just not fit. He's not fit.
I think Cher realised there and actually made a sprint to get stuck in and get back. I think he probably would have got back in time there. Here's Bruno to Fabian Cher. Cher, that's a rotten pass again. That is terrible, but he makes up for it with a wonderful tackle. Miggy then just sort of flicks the ball to Tonali. Tonali's got Matoma all over him, and that's going to go for a Brighton throw-in.
It was a poor pass to him, actually. It was a hospital
pass. That's what I mean. I mean, some of the passes are hospital balls. What do they expect some of these players to do? I mean, we're 6 minutes in. Nothing's really changed. I don't know. Anyway, Van Heck's on the ball. Just rolls it across to Lewis Dunk, who slowly brings it over the halfway line. Drills that ball in there. Lovely touch by Ferguson. And he's done really well. A bit of space here for Ferguson. Oh, and he thought João Pedro was going to make the run. He had Matoma the other side as well. But luckily for us again. And Nick, wow. We just don't seem to be getting to the ball very quickly here. And Joe Linton now. Oh, no. Don't lose it there. Jesus Christ. Oh, now Matt Target's lost it. Solly March bursting into the box for Brighton. Pulls it back to João Pedro. Good work from Bruno coming back. Now he's got to get rid of it. And Solly March is all over him. Christ on a bike, man. What are we doing, Billy?
He did brilliant there, Bruno. He did brilliantly. But Matt Target
but then he should have cleared the ball. He was holding onto it right in front of his goal.
There's an offside anyway, so we're all right.
Fucking hell. But what on earth were Joe Linton and Target doing there, Billy? There's no excuse for that at all.
No, it's been absolutely shambles until, haven't they? I mean, Target's not done too badly at times, but he's not got the quality of left back that we need now.
We need a change, Billy. It's quite obvious.
Nothing has changed. It should have been at half time.
Here's Almiron for Newcastle, but he's going the wrong way. Does well, managed to get a bit of space. That's better for Miggy. Good ball across to Matt Target now. Target will bring it forward over the halfway line into Anthony Gordon, who's got a bit of space for once, but he's giving the ball away. That's a poor pass.
Awful.
Matoma, good work by Kieran Trippier. And it's going to be a Brighton throw-in right on the halfway line.
That was awful from Gordon. I'm sorry. It was.
Yeah, he's got to be better putting that out to the right-hand side, especially when he had that much space and time. Nobody's more frustrated than Anthony Gordon himself there, Billy, to be fair.
Yeah.
He won't be doing that again. But the passing has been dreadful. Some of the passing in the game, Billy's been absolutely dreadful. Van Heck, good pressing by Newcastle, but good playing out from Brighton. And Veltman now in an acres of space. And again, Anthony Gordon busting a gut to get back, and he slowed Veltman up. But that's a lovely ball down the channel. Pascal Gross crosses it in, and good work by Fabian Scherp. Oh, what is that from Trippier? Oh, my God! What are you doing, man?
Well, he's rescued the situation, but what are we doing at the back four? Trying to play football in our own penalty box.
That is absolutely astonishing.
I'm not sure what Joe Linton was doing giving him the ball in the first place, but for them Trippier to do that, it was ridiculous. Luckily, Pedro's been awful today, trying to do a back flick.
Yeah. I mean, why didn't he just hit that, Billy? He had an opportunity to shoot and he didn't. But God almighty. And Target again.
It's a bad pass from Bird, to be honest. It's a really bad pass. He's put him in trouble. Another hospital pass.
They're all over the shop here, man. It's absolutely all over the shop. We are better than this, man. Come on.
The manager's got to be making changes. He really has to be making changes. It should have been done before now.
Veltman's going to take the throw in for Brighton, pretty much level with the 18-yard box. Solly Marsh wins the header. This is a good chance for Brighton, but good covering by Bruno, and it's going to be a corner to Brighton.
No, I think he fixed off his foot, didn't he?
Nah, it's a corner, Billy. Come on.
Is Eddie Howe waiting for us to go 2 down before he makes his changes?
I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't look like we're doing anything. There's no suggestion of any substitutions at the minute. We are getting overrun here. There is no doubt about it. We just don't seem to know where each other is. Solly March is going to take this corner for Brighton. He's going to have hit on his left foot. It's going to be an in-swinger. It's a good deep corner again, looking for Ferguson. It skips off his head and rolls out a play for a goal kick. Come on, Eddie. We need a change here. We need something different.
I think he's waiting for the alarm to tick to 60 minutes before he can make a change.
No, he's making it now. Elliot Anderson's coming on. Sean Longstaff's coming on, as is Callum Wilson. Now, who does he take off is the big question.
Well, I think Isak's one of them. Maybe not. Maybe push Isak wide left. I don't know. We'll see.
Move Gordon to the other side. Maybe take Miggy off. Shoot, he's not going to take Anthony Gordon off again, Billy. He's been one of our biggest threats. Great work by, again, Tonali's just so strong on the ball, isn't he? Here's Bruno now bursting forward over the... Give it back to Bruno, Joe! What are you doing? Oh, that's awful. Oh, my God. Ferguson now. Good work by Matt Target getting back.
And he got kicked as well.
Yeah,
he got kicked as well.
That should be a book in that. That was a very late tackle. Very, very late tackle. Target down injured. I think he'd be all right, but he's just got a sore foot.
That's a yellow card. It should be.
I think that's what the I mean, what's Joe Linton doing there? Play it back to Bruno. He's in acres of space. Wow. I mean, that's a yellow card, Billy, for me. He's nowhere near the ball. Joe Linton is one of the players coming off for Elliot Anderson.
And Miggy's come off too.
Miggy's off. Wilson's on. Who else is off? He's took Isak off, Billy.
He has, yeah. I'm not sure about that. So what's happening here is I'm not sure what he's doing here. If Miggy's off, who's playing?
He's took Tonali off.
Oh man, for Longstaff.
Oh come on! You are fucking shitting me, Eddie.
Dear me. It's a brave change. You got to say it.
Oh come on, though. Tonali's been our best midfielder, man. Come on.
Oh dear me.
What in God's earth is that all about again?
Well, let's see how it finishes before you start passing comment. But it's not the change I'd have made, or most of us. Isak's long look.
Isak's gone to the left, Billy. I think Gordon's on the right. Yeah, that's what happened. And immediately Isak wins a corner for Newcastle. Come on. I mean, we know how dangerous Isak can be on the left-hand side. And obviously now we've got the threat of Callum up front. Gordon on the other side. Let's get some balls into this box. But Tonali for Gordon again. For Longstaff, Anyway, corner to Newcastle. Trippier takes. And it's out of play. Did the goalkeeper get a touch? I believe he didn't. And he's give a goal kick.
He's palmed it out for corner. I'm sure he did. Unless it's
we'll see here
afterwards.
Nah,
didn't.
Yeah. Jay Devlin, thank you for your £5 super chat. He says, has Eddie frozen under the expectation? Where's the brave moves and clever reading of the game? I really worry this might be too much for him.
Well, you can't say that until the game's finished, Jay Devlin.
Yeah.
Because we could end up winning this 3-1 and Sean Longstaff might score a hat-trick, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Here we go, we're at it again.
Free kick Brighton.
Absolute nonsense.
Foul by Callum Wilson, apparently. Both are down on the floor.
Oh, you got your free kick foul. We can get up now. There you go.
Yeah. There's Ansu Fati watching on. He'd be quite impressed with what he's seen today. Beyond the Run says, I'm sorry, but Eddie Howe is not up to the task, taking our best players off again. Did he learn nothing from last week? It confuses me. Very much so confuses me why Tonali keeps going off. He's running the midfield. He's our best midfielder, Billy. I'm sorry, but he's played better than Bruno today. The passing's dreadful. Trippier's had a stinker with his passing today. That's better from Newcastle, but that's overhit. Awful, Deep into Snow, thank you for your 199. Does Bruno have a no substitution clause? Well, I mean, that's going to be talked about. That is going to be talked about, no doubt about it, if this doesn't go our way.
I don't think Bruno's played badly.
He hasn't, Billy, but Tonali's been the best midfielder again for us. Strong on the ball, holds it up. He's done very well. Pascal Gross just going through the Newcastle team here like they're just not there.
Well, he's had about 4 ricochets go his way in that one move.
Here's Longstaff for Newcastle. That's a good ball out to the left-hand side for Isak. Isak running at Van Heck. Van Heck read it well, and that's going to be another corner to Newcastle. But again, you switch Isak out, Billy, starts creating problems.
Yeah, I wish he'd cut in. then. Get him on toast there. It's a great pass from Longstaff. Was it Anderson?
Yep. Right. No, it was Longstaff. Yeah.
Longstaff, yeah.
But good defending by Van Heck there. He read it well. But that's much better from us. Very positive from Isak, isn't it? Get the ball, run at him.
Yeah, that's what you want.
That's how Isak likes to play. Very congested penalty area there. And it comes from Trippier again. It's bouncing around and Brighton clear it. That was a better corner, actually, to be fair to Trippier. It was right down the throat.
Well, just target waiting for the ball to bounce.
I don't know how he's still on the pitch. I genuinely don't know how he's still on the pitch.
Oh, we'll go behind. We're going to lose nothing from Lewis Haaland now.
Yeah, attacking prowess. Give him half an hour. Dan Burn now for Newcastle United. Again, just passing it around the back here, just slow. Now Trippier goes forward again, looking for the run, this time of Elliot Anderson. Clearance comes to Isak. Isak, good control. Somehow manages to keep that ball on his feet. 2 players closing him down. And that's a free
foul.
kick.
That's a
He's
foul.
threw him to the floor. Jesus Christ.
He's not even hiding it now.
My God. Ball down the line. Dan Burn is there. He's got Ferguson all over, and Burn did well. I'm not sure where Longstaff was trying to put that. It's out for a throw in right on the halfway line. 62 and a half minutes coming up. Still Brighton lead here at the Amex by a 1-0. But signs in the last 5 minutes, just getting the ball to Isak. Although since he switched sides, Gordon's never had the ball.
No, he hasn't.
Veltman will take the throw in. João Pedro screaming for the ball, but Brighton, again, taking quite a while to take the throw in, as we probably would if we were in the same position. But it remains 1-0. AG says we just look scared to tackle. Well, we look scared to do everything so far, including shoot.
We're under pressure here again with that.
Yeah, guys, don't forget to keep subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 23,000 or as close to by the end of this stream. We only need 116 or something. So please do hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you like what you see. But don't also forget to hit that thumbs up button. It's very important to the channel that we keep the likes coming in. So thank you very much in advance, everybody, for that.
Good.
That's better. Good work from Fabian Scher. Now Anthony Gordon. He's got an overlap from Longstaff. Doesn't use him. Pulls it back for Bruno. Bruno now. Bruno brings it through. Rolls it out. Good ball to Isak. Isak's got an overlap from Target. Rolls it into Elliot Anderson. Anderson had 3 Brighton players around him. And Brighton have come away with Veltman now. Isak comes and helps out defensively. Sorry, Solly March. He's had a hell of a game, Billy. But Brighton have got a 3-on-3 here. We could be in trouble, but that's a poor ball from Pedro. He's had a shocker today. I think he's been probably the one Brighton player who hasn't been at the races, Billy.
Oh, dear me.
Anderson's lost it now. It's with Gross on the edge of the box. Solly March now to Ferguson. It's kind of at a walking pace at the moment. Veltman for Brighton. Rolls it across now to Billy Gilmore, who's gone very quiet this second half. He certainly hasn't been as involved as much as he was in the first. King Hoddle says, "Well, look, yeah." King Hoddle says, we're making Solly Marsh look like Messi. Can't disagree. That's a heavy touch, but again, they get away with it. And now Ferguson turns in acres of space, fires in a shot, 2-0 to Brighton. Nick Pope, you should not be beaten from there. That is dreadful. And it's 2-0 to Brighton. Billy Trey.
Yeah, it's just a really poor goal from the goalkeeper there. He's not even hit it properly, you know. It's a scuff shot into the corner. What Nick Pope's doing, I don't know. He went down in installments to try and save it, didn't he? It was absolutely awful. Absolutely awful from the goalkeeper. But no one closed him down either. So there's, it's not just.
I mean, he had the freedom of the Amex, Billy. Freedom. Look at this when the ball's played into him here. Lewis Dunk into Billy Gilmore.
And what's Dan Burn doing? What's Dan Burn doing now? Running away from him and allowing Elliot Anderson to try and get close side of him. That's awful. He's the centre forward. Dan Burn's passed responsibility on to Elliot Anderson, who had to gain 10 yards of him. To be fair,
that's a quality finish from Ferguson, but I mean, he's bent it really well.
You can't blame
Nick Pope's really slow at getting down to that.
I'm not sure he can get to it. I'm not sure where he's supposed to stand to save that.
It's a brilliant finish from the kid.
It looked a scuffer at first, but it's a fantastic shot. Dan Burn's culpable there. He's passed responsibility on to Elliot Anderson, and he's a centre half. He shouldn't be doing that.
Andy says, Billy, you were watching the wrong goal. Where's that gone?
I'm watching the wrong goal.
Billy, you're watching the wrong goal. He hit it perfectly. Pope was central, good position, and no closing down as the. That's what Billy's just said. But this time, Nick Pope's just. I mean, we are just rank. Here's Longstaff. Plays it up to Callum Wilson. Nice turn by Callum Wilson. And they give a ball away here, Brighton. Now he's got an overlap from Anderson. Here is Elliot Anderson. Takes it in his stride. Brilliant football. And a chance for Gordon. And he's fluffed. Oh, my God.
Trying to walk it in again. Trying to walk it in. Yeah, bastard.
How has he not scored there, Billy?
That's awful.
Brilliant work again from Isak and Anderson combining. It's a brilliant ball, and that is absolutely dreadful from Gordon. I mean, he's just got to tap that in the net.
Yeah, that's horrific. That's horrific. Great build-up play, Anderson and Isak. Great ball back. Deliberate pass back to her as well.
It just needs rolling in. Oh, dear. Dear. Again, we've missed some...
That's not a free kick, referee. Come on.
We've been shite, Billy, but we've had some good chances, which is... I mean, it's Target's booked now because he kicked the ball away. Referee not happy with Brighton playing on.
Yeah, I mean, Dan Burn there for the goal was absolutely appalling.
They were just watching him, just bring the ball forward.
Well, he let him get the ball with it. It was 5 yards from his back, and he jogged off the other direction. It's absolutely appalling. It really is.
Oh man, I'm so gutted at this. I mean, I really am. I'm deflated. 2-0 Brighton lead. I just can't see us getting back here. I mean, Anthony, if Gordon had scored there.
Yeah, back in the game again. They shit themselves. Oh, nearly did it again as well.
Yeah. That's confidence from the keeper. But look how well Brighton played that out. And now Pedro, look at the space he's got. And now he's just bursting through. And luckily he is playing shite. Or they'll see if he got that out to Solly Marsh, that was going to be 2-0 because Solly Marsh was... I mean, look at Ferguson again. Being able to turn. Rolls it to Matoma. Brighton just looked like they could get 3 or 4 here, Billy.
Well, questions are going to be asked if that's the case, I'm afraid.
Rocky says, surprise, surprise, take Tonali off and they score. Yeah. Big Joe, whoever he is, says the commentary is just as shite as the match with a laughing emoji. Not sure whether he means us or the Sky commentators, but thank you. Deep into Snow, 199 super chat. Thank you very much. How got it wrong today? Squad needed rotating. I'm not going to disagree with that, Billy, because I thought there might have been a couple of changes. I know there was one, but that was forced. I don't know. I just don't understand this thing about taking Tonali off, Billy. I cannot understand it. Oh, Dan Bird passes straight to Gross. Terrible pass again. Brighton are just taking the piss here.
And do you know what? I don't care about FFP. And Alex can say FFP as long as he's got a hold of his backside. We needed another centre half.
Yeah.
That's definite.
Matoma bursting through. Back to
Oh,
it's in! It's 3-0. I think it was deflected, Billy, but this is starting to turn into an absolute piss take.
Yeah, this is Villa last year all over again.
Liam, stop putting spoilers in the chat, please. Do not put scores in until we've commentated. 20 minutes to go. It's a deflection of Fabian Schär, and Brighton are 3-0 up, and this is turning very, very ugly, Billy.
Well, questions are going to have to be asked of the manager here. Questions have got to be asked of the manager.
Pete and Shell says, you guys would never get to do commentary on the BBC because there's too much swearing. Well, yeah, it's called a watch-along for a reason. We'd not bother about the BBC. Channel 4, Channel 5, maybe. But yeah,
it's a really lucky goal, isn't it? It's a really lucky goal.
But Billy, you shoot, you know.
You make your own look. Yeah, you make
exactly.
Your own look.
And how many times, 2 or 3 times we've had the ball on the edge of the box today and we haven't shot.
Well, I give Ferguson, like you say, the whole of the park to play in.
Space to shoot again.
No one's closing down. I mean, Schär and Burn.
I'm turning to me vape now because this is just fucking dreadful. This is not good, Billy. And I think, how he's going to feel it under the collar. I'm not saying we should sack him by any stretch of the imagination.
No, of course not.
But he will be feeling the pressure. This is a good run from Isak. And then Van Heck just takes the ball off him and Brighton break again. Look at how much space Anthony Gordon was in there. And we just don't give him the ball. King Hoddle says Brighton in this form would tear a lot of teams apart. Yeah, but we've been dreadful.
You say that, we should have scored 3 or 4 ourselves. So.
Yeah, we should, Billy. But that's what I mean. The performance has been crap, but we, again, haven't taken the chances that we've had. We should have been 2-0 up in the first 5 minutes. Could have been a very different game. And now frustration creeping into Bruno as he hauls down Pedro.
This is Aston Villa away last season, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, you could look at it two ways. I mean, the international break, has it come at a good time? Or as a player, do you want to get back on that pitch and rectify the problems?
No, it's a really good time for us. I think it's a really good time.
Deep into snow, thank you for another 199. He said, no one's closing down. This could get worse. Oh, absolutely, this could get worse. This could get very worse. There's still 18 minutes to go, plus injury time.
We were 1 down when they made the changes, weren't we?
Yep. I understand Wilson coming on and Anderson, but taking Tonali off again, I can't understand it, Billy.
Sorry, did well in the end share.
I cannot understand that substitution again.
No, it's a very strange one. Oh, that's awful for me, Zach.
Dear God. Marcus says, I've never looked forward to an international break like this one. Yeah. Absolutely. More changes for Newcastle. Lascelles and Barnes are coming on.
Oh, dear me. I mean, that's just pathetic, isn't it?
He's taken Isak off for Barnes. Yet Isak's looked more lively since he's gone onto the left. And he's took
Target off, I think.
And put Dan Burn back at left.
That is absolute. I'm sorry. That is.
So there's our 5 substitutes gone. So we're not going to see Lewis Hall again. Ed's Mancunian Therapy, thank you for your 199 super chat. Does Howe know Tonali can play 90 minutes? Clearly not. Bringing Lascelles on when you're 3-0 down. Yeah. Yeah, we've got a really good attacking fullback there in Lewis Hall who would at least run at them. I just don't get that sub, Billy. I mean, Isak's looked more dangerous since he's gone on the left.
Yeah.
He's won a few corners. He's ran at them. He's linked up well with Anderson, and then you take him off.
Well, prepare for the big press outrage because there's going to be a lot of media.
I mean, to be fair, I would have took Anthony Gordon off this time if he's going to change one of the 2 wingers. Longstaff out now to Harvey Barnes. Cuts in on his right, curls it in towards goal, headed away. Bruno comes to try and win it, but Brighton win it back and go immediately on the attack with João Pedro again, but he's lost the ball. He's been dreadful for them, hasn't he?
Yes.
Shane Martin, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, this is bad. Why Tonali off? He is wanting the sack. I wouldn't go that far, but I mean, it's a dreadful decision taking him off again. Dreadful. And I don't understand him taking Isak off, as I say. He's looked really good when he went on the left. And what I liked about Isak, Billy, is the way he's combined really well with Anderson. They've set a couple of things up.
I don't know why Dan Burn's still on the pitch, if I'm perfectly honest, either. He's
been awful.
He's had an absolute disaster.
He's now been booked. Yeah. James Morrison, thanks you for your £2 super chat. Burning targets defending is criminal. Why buy Lewis Hall? Deep into snow, thank you for your £4.99 super chat. How has to take responsibility for that Tonali substitution that lost us the game? George, thank you for being a member for 20 months, matey. Can't wait for the next transfer window. How long is it away? Yeah. Geordie says people need to stop protecting Eddie Howe. These subs are unacceptable the last couple of games.
I agree. I'd absolutely agree with you, Geordie.
João Pedro's coming off, and I believe Billy Gilmore. Or it might be Ferguson. I'm not sure yet.
I mean, João Pedro's been absolutely shite.
Yeah. Terrible. Oh, that's not Lamptey, is it?
I think it is.
Oh,
let him have a go at Dan Burn.
Oh, God, he's put Lamptey on. And, yeah, it's Billy Gilmore. Dahoud has come on for...
He's going to kick a few while he's on.
Yeah. Oh, God almighty. I mean, Lamptey, he tortured us a couple of seasons ago, didn't he? And then he got a nasty injury. And he struggled to get back into the starting lineup for Brighton ever since that injury.
Well, I've put him straight into midfield as well.
Mm. Here is Van Heck. 13 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Newcastle 3-0 down here at the Amex and have just been pretty much obliterated. Oh, what are you doing, Burn, man? Christ almighty.
Yeah.
Bruno now into Longstaff. Nice turn by Sean Longstaff. Lays it out wide to Trippier. Fahad, thank you for your £7. It's your $7.29. What's AED again, Billy?
Arab Emirates Dino, I think.
Yeah. Reminds me of the Bruce days. Well, you know. I mean, I'd be interested to see what Eddie does say today, Billy, because I just... There's been no plan B for me, right? There's been no plan B. He's thrown substitutions on again, and they haven't worked.
Oh, dear me, referee. Wow. That's a free kick. You got away. We got the ball back.
Yeah.
That's shit.
Then we get Longstaff plays a terrible ball. And Brighton players all over the pitch here on the floor.
It's a shame in books. If he hasn't, it's Trippier.
Yeah. Michael Marsden, thank you for renewing your membership. Good to see you, buddy. I know it's not exactly the match we want to see at the minute, but thank you very much, Michael, for being part of this, a massive part of this channel. Thank you so
81
much.
from 23k, guys. 83.
Yeah.
81, sorry.
81 now, yeah. 81 subscribers away from 23. Actually, Bruno got the ball there, to be fair.
Yeah, I didn't think that was a foul. I thought it was a foul on Bruno.
Yeah. I hope VAR aren't looking at that for a violent challenge. I mean, Trippier was fouled there, if anybody.
Yeah, he was, yeah.
Wow. Okay.
He's given them a free kick for that.
He has. He has.
And he's limping as well, and we can't make another change. I mean, we've gifted Ferguson the first goal, but and the last goal was a deflection, but the second goal was a really good finish. But the defending's been absolutely,
Tosh.
laughable stuff.
Guys, we're 77 away now from 23,000. Please do hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And let's see if we can get near enough 23 by the end of... we've got 10 minutes left in the game. Another 10 minutes after that talking about it. So please do hit the subscribe button if you're new. Come and join us. Nearly 2,000 in the chat. Come and join us on this brilliant community that we have on the Toon Review. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up button as well. Even though this has been, forgettable. Doug, thank you for your £5 super chat. One player that I've noticed you are really missing is Joe Willock. Once he comes back, he will improve the midfield. Time to play both Isak and Wilson, ? Well, he did for around 10 minutes, and then he took Isak off when he was starting to look he was playing well on the wing.
Wilson's hardly pulled up any trees, has he?
Well, he's done nothing. But then again, he's what services he had, to be honest, Billy?
No, he hasn't.
Here's the Hood.
Well, it's late stuff from them now, isn't it?
Yeah. They're in no hurry now. 3-0 cruising. 10 minutes to go plus stoppage time. We've been embarrassed here, Billy. Absolutely embarrassed. Something's got to change. Something's got to change because we are predictable now, Billy. I know, we've got the players, but, we're very predictable in the way we play at the minute. As, two veterans coming on, it's fair to say. James Milner and what's his face?
Lallana,
yeah. Two former Liverpool players. Saleh, thank you for another 1999 Saudi Arabian Real. He says, I didn't think it would get more embarrassing than losing to 10-men Liverpool. Such poor standards by Eddie and the players. Aaron Wilson, thank you for your 199 super chat, saying Eddie has lost the plot with the subs this game.
You can describe it all in the back four. The back four have been that poor. Well, certainly not Trippier as much, but the other three have been awful. And all the goals have come from defensive mistakes, really. Yeah. We could be sitting there 0-0 saying, we've been a bit flat today. We've gifted them 2 goals.
Brian says, I'm behind the lads always, so I'm staying away from these channels and social media for a bit till we win, because you lot, when we lose, make me think Bruce had a point on some things. Come on, Brian. Listen, Brian, we can say when we're not playing very well, mate. You can't turn around and say, I'm still behind the lads. You can't when we've played like this. There's no excuse. We're not going to sit here and say, yes, come on, lads. Come on. I mean,
we're not going to sugarcoat. Let me look at that. That's awful from Trippier.
We're as passionate as any Newcastle United fans, Brian, and you know that. And that's what it is. It's passion more than anything else. And frustration that we have been tonked at Brighton, when really, if we just, things aren't going our way and need to change, and we're not seeing any changes. We're not seeing a plan B. It's just changing players like for like, and it's not working. You've got to try and change things a little bit. Formations, change things. But we
really
just don't seem to have a plan B, Billy.
The transfer policy isn't great. We had to strengthen that central defence, and we didn't, and we're getting found out for it now.
And now Lamptey going on a run against Fabian Schär. Oh, he's got there first. Schär would have been sent off had he. Oh dear me! Lamptey's ball is atrocious, and we managed to get away with it. But I think Fabian Schär was rather thankful that he got nowhere near that, Billy.
I mean,
as Lamptey's getting booked now for a foul on
quite rightly as well. I mean, I hope they look at
terrible
this.
Tackle. But had Fabian Schär cleaned Lamptey out there, Billy was gone.
Yeah, he was, yeah, and he tried to. He was too slow to get to him, wasn't he?
Oh my God! I mean, Schär sort of lay on his back for a couple of seconds as if to say, "Thank fuck for that." Oh, he would have been a goner. If Lamptey had gone down there, he
did him a favour there. He did him a favour, saving his feet.
Absolutely.
Did him a favour and ended up getting booked for it.
Yeah. Anyway, Wilson's touch is poor, but Brighton somehow managed to deflect it off themselves for a throw-in. Trippier going to take this.
Coffee makes an excellent point about Bruno. He has bailed us out on 2 or 3 occasions defensively today.
Yeah. 59 subscribers away from 23,000, guys. Thank you very much. Please do continue to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel and you like what you see. And don't forget to hit the thumbs up as well and help us in that YouTube algorithm. Keep subscribing, guys. We're going to be close to 23 before the end of this stream by the looks of things. Thanks to you guys. Gordon's never going to get to that in a million years. Johnny Ola, thank you for your £3 super chat. He says, plan B. Today we had no plan A. Sorry. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Dan Ashworth is not looking impressed. Sensible Monica, thank you for another £5 super chat. 18 months ago, when Eddie came in, those that knew said it was a temporary to get us out of trouble. They've been proved right.
Not yet, they haven't.
No, I'm not going in on Eddie yet. I mean, look, he's bollocksed up the last 2 games. I'll openly admit that.
I'd say 3.
David R. Yeah, David R. Thank you for your $4.99 super chat. He says we lost 5 games last season already, 3 defeats in 4. We look a shadow of last season's team. So what has changed? AC Milan will be licking their lips. Apparently, Billy, we care more about the number of subscribers and supporting their own team. Taron Jott, why don't you just go and take your face for one, will you? What a load of rubbish. It's my job. That's why I'm asking for subscribers as well, you tool bag.
I banned him.
What an idiot. Here's Wilson now. Oh, terrible ball. Played in front of the man.
Yeah, totally under hit, wasn't it? Good tackle from Gordon to win it back.
Wow. Good work from Anthony Gordon. Now he's on the right-hand side. He's got 3 Brighton players to deal with here, and he's taken out. That is a free kick, says the referee.
That's a yellow card as well.
Yep. James Milner on the field for literally a couple of minutes. Gordon does him already. How can Milner complain about that? I mean, he's just chopped him down. May as well have had a friggin' axe in his hand. Ridiculous. The post-match rating show should be good, interesting, Paul. Well, that'll be tomorrow at 7 o'clock. We're certainly not doing it tonight because we need to bloody calm down. But it will be 7 o'clock tomorrow night, so do join us for the match review. God help us. Cheers, antacid. Yeah. Long ball in from Trippier. Schär gets to it. Easily caught.
Knocking it back across goal there. You can't be heading for goal from there.
Yeah.
That was a good free kick, to be fair.
Big Dog says, block them, Paul. They're donkeys. Absolutely. Haven't watched the channel too much. Brian says, I love you, Paul. I'm passionate too. I express it differently. I'm sorry. Hey, it's fine, buddy. Listen, this is what I'm talking about. We can have debates without falling out, Brian. Don't worry about that. It's all opinions and debates, and that's what we have on this channel. Nobody has to fall out.
Way up.
Yeah. I mean, we need to just take a step back and regroup here over the international break, Billy. It's all we can do, really.
It's coming up every time for us.
Yeah, we've got a good run of fixtures coming up, haven't we, after the international break? So let's just regroup, refocus, work hard in training, and get back to something along the lines of what we've seen from an Eddie Howe Newcastle United. That's offside, surely.
Miles offside. Yeah.
Coming up to 2 minutes to go. Spike Milligan, thank you for your £10 super chat, buddy. Most of the team will only get a 4.
If they're lucky.
If they're lucky, yeah. There's been some woeful performances today.
How many subs have they made this up? I mean, about 12 subs, didn't they?
I think this is the 5th, Billy. 12 subs. 12-man Toon, thank you very much for your $1.99. He says, interested to see what Mr. Burrell has to say. Well, Alex will be on tomorrow night.
He'll still be celebrating the news from yesterday, won't he?
Well, yeah, but Billy, I feel a spicy show coming on again.
We'll be all fired up, that's for certain.
Yes, absolutely. I see what you did there. Basil Brush, thank you for being a member for 13 months. Real fan of the channel, and she's lovely, Basil. True fans are honest about dodgy performances, but still love the club, players, and their manager. We are in it for the long haul. Well said. Exactly right. Just because we criticise doesn't mean we hate the team or want the manager out or anything like that. Deep into snow, thank you for another $1.99. Is it me, or are we not pressing this season? Not as well as we have been. Dylan Richardson, thank you for your $1.99 super chat as well, buddy. There just seems to be a few things missing at the moment, Billy.
Yeah, there's something not quite right, isn't there? You can't put your finger on what it is. The press is certainly one of them, though. Since the first game, we've not done it at all, have we?
Yeah. Secret Carper says, come on, it's only 3 games. And they all been tough. I know we're not playing well. Last 3 games have been 3 top teams. Yeah, but we're supposed to be one of them top teams.
Oh.
And we haven't. I mean, we are supposed to be one of them top teams, Billy. We can't just lose to all the top teams, surely. That's not acceptable.
100%. 100%.
It's all right beating the teams like at the bottom half of the table, but if we want to be up with the big boys, we've got to beat the big boys. And Brighton are a very, very good side. There is no doubt about that. But they've crucified us today. Dylan, thanks for another $1.99 super chat. God bless the day Tonali gets to play 90 minutes.
Yeah, it's mental. That's the change for me that's really, really irritated me. And the fact that we haven't got seen Lewis Hall today.
Yeah. And Isak coming off pissed me off, to be honest, because he was looking good on the left-hand side.
Yeah. I mean, him and Hall going at the right back, he might have got us back into the game. 7 minutes of added on time.
Oh, Jesus, 7 minutes more of this.
7 minutes purgatory.
Fez says it's 3 games in 4. We're 1 loss away from effing equaling our losses last season. Exactly.
Yeah. We didn't lose at the Amex last year. This is the first game we actually are down on last season's points tally. So, there's a lot to kind of.
I'm sorry, but the thing is, Billy, you praise when you win, which we do.
Yep.
But what are we supposed to say about this? I mean, you can't flower coat this with anything.
I think if he's takes some early chances, it's a different game, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah. But we didn't. That's the thing. Again, we're saying last week if we took our chances, we would have blew Liverpool away. Said the same thing again at the start of this game. We didn't take them again. Peter Ellis, thank you for your £2 as well. Much appreciated, buddy.
Oh, referee, come on now.
How long do we continue to say, well, if we took our chances, we shouldn't have to say that, Billy, anymore.
Well, we're supposed to have 2 lethal strikers, but they're not lethal at the moment, are they?
No. Terry Cook, thank you for your £5 super chat. This is a very disappointing performance. Hopefully we get back to winning ways after the international break. Absolutely. We need to regroup, focus again, and bloody get back to some hard work. We are 43 subscribers away from 23,000 as well, guys. So thank you very much for your incredible support. Please do keep hitting the subscribe if you're new to the channel. We'll be good. Oh, Wilson's in and scores. Great work from Callum Wilson, and
Come on.
we have scored a goal.
You know, if it was 2-1 now, you'd fancy us to, because their arsehole does go Brighton. We've seen it happen before. They're very soft-centred, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just that third goal.
There's only 5 minutes to go.
It's a good goal, to be fair. Well
it's
taken.
A lovely ball by Sean Longstaff, by the way.
It is, and it's brilliant from Wilson.
It's terrible defending by Van Heck, but good play by Wilson and a very, very cool finish. I just don't understand why we haven't done that more, Billy, playing it into strikers like that. And, you know, it's a lovely goal. It's an absolute beauty from Callum. Took it brilliantly well.
Well, he's put his hand up to start the next game now, hasn't he? No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Absolutely, yeah. Geordie God, thank you for your £5 super chat. Is it because they're playing in green so they can't see each other with the grass the same colour? I'm not subscribing to that either, to be fair.
I think Ireland and Plymouth get by okay.
Yeah. John Roberts, thank you for your £2. You getting battered in the Champions League. Get ready. Well, John.
Thanks for £2, mate.
Thank you for your £2. Whatever.
Get one now, and it's interesting.
Yeah. Here's Anthony Gordon to Trippier. Plays it back to Jamal Lascelles. And it goes across to Fabian Schär. Schär rolls it into Elliot Anderson. Back to Dan Burn. Burn then goes down the line to Elliot Anderson. Anderson inside now to...
Referee.
I mean, he sliced down Harvey Barnes there.
It took him 20 minutes to give it.
Lamptey's got to be careful because he's been booked.
Yeah, he has. It was Veltman, apparently.
Paolo says we'll go against the shit teams and all forgiven for Eddie, then we'll lose against the top 10. Yeah, this season we need to be beating teams that are going to be around us, and we're not doing it. We're losing to the better to the top teams, and it's the way we're losing as well. It just, it's not good enough. Trippier now swings it into the penalty area again.
Hit that, I think.
Bouncing around. We've got a man down here. I'm not sure who it is. I think it's Fabian Schär. George T, thank you for your £5. Yes, Howe. And Chris Butcher, as Dahoud is yellow carded. There's a surprise. Chris Butcher, thank you for your $1.99. Livramento and Hall, not what we needed to replace Miggy. It looks like a bit of cramp for Fabian Schär.
I think Hall was definitely needed. I'm not.
Of course, Hall was needed.
I tend to give out Livramento.
Well, yeah, but we've got. What's the point if we're not going to play them though?
This is it.
This bullshit about match fitness. You've got to play them.
We could have brought in the central half instead of Livramento, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Because we've got Manquillo to back up Trippier.
Well, where is Manquillo? He's like the missing man.
He's not going to go on the bench with Livramento there, is he? This is it. We've got 4 right backs and we've got the same amount of centre backs, or 5 centre backs.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Dylan, thanks for another $1.99. £70 million we've spent on fullbacks just to watch Matt Target.
I agree with that. Lewis Hall should have played today.
Deep into snow, thanks for another $4.99. We've been more solid with Lascelles, whilst Botman's out. He has to start.
Let him play through us, but the one thing you can say is we haven't given up. It's one thing you can say positive.
Yeah.
We have kept going.
We've tried. 12-man Toon, thank you for another $1.99. He says, don't go on Twitter. It's a cesspit right now. There's a surprise. 40 away from 23,000 subscribers, guys. 40 away. Can we get even closer before the end of the stream? Please subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget, if you have enjoyed the watch along, the commentary anyway, not the actual game, please do hit the thumbs up button. It's very important that we continue getting those likes. So we stay in the algorithm. As Lamptey bursts through a terrible pass from Bruno. Lamptey's in here to cross, and Trippier does well just to knock it away from Matoma. Getting a tap in, and in fact, I think Matoma actually got it's a goal kick. But Bruno's pass, absolutely terrible.
Yeah, it was. Tired past that one.
Good defending by Trippier, that. I don't know how we've got a goal kick out of that, but we have.
Well, that's it. It's all over and done with now, isn't it? 7 minutes up.
Yeah, the 7 minutes are up. Please, ref, just blow your whistle. End this hell. Here's Bruno. He's taken down and a yellow card.
That's the who again, isn't it?
Yeah,
No, it wasn't him. It was the who.
Lallana.
It wasn't Lallana. It was the who that kicked him.
Well,
he's got the wrong man there.
Sean Longstaff's having a right go at Lallana, so I don't know.
I think he's got the wrong man there, you know.
Well, judging by the way Longstaff's having a go at Lallana, I'm pretty sure it was Lallana. They're still going at it. Good to see Sean sticking up for Bruno there, by the way.
Yeah, I think it was the who that kicked Bruno.
Good to see Sean sticking up for his teammates, though.
I mean, we want that back.
Long ball forward. Where's this additional time coming from? 8 minutes now.
Well, there's been about 10 million subs, ain't there? So.
Oh, yeah. There is the final whistle. Thank God it's over. And Newcastle's plight is, well, Billy, we're in this shit at the minute.
We are.
Well, the season started so well, fantastically well, actually, and now, well, look, there's some of those players quite clearly not good enough, which we know. I mean, Dan Burns not good enough, Matt Targett's not good enough, but the Tonali substitution, Billy, is going to be talked about again because I think it's absolutely woeful that he keeps taking him off.
He can play 90 minutes. I mean, someone said the other day he never took off in Milan. So why is he getting taken off first? I know the Premier League's a little bit faster, but still.
Yeah.
We had chances today to win this game. But footballing wise, they've played us off the park, haven't they? We've defended really poorly.
We just looked all over the place. I mean, but listen, Brighton are a very good side, but, you know, we've got to stop saying, oh, you know, we've played the best sides in the league. If we want to be up there winning things, right, and qualifying for Champions Leagues, we've got to beat these teams. It's no point saying, oh, you know, we've played 3 very good teams in the last 3 games. We should be one of those very good teams.
Yeah, I agree.
And we've been rolled over by 10 men last week, and now we've been beaten by Brighton, who just were all over us.
We've defended poorly. There's a lack of cohesion in the middle of the park again. Still, there we put a cheeky little contract offer out to John Joe Shelby and get him back in the 6th. I don't know. He's not got a club at the minute.
Come on, Billy. I mean, Billy, have you been drinking during the stream?
No.
Please never say that word again, or those words again.
Strange things have happened, haven't they?
Well, yes, sometimes. Kenzie says, I wonder if Stuart Pearce still thinks we're going to win the league.
It's ever since he said that.
Yeah. I mean, Graham says this team looked out last year. I'm sorry, but there is not enough out-and-out quality in the squad. Kevin says, God bless you both. Excellent commentary on to the next game. Thank you very much, Kevin. Seattle Geordie says, Eddie has been great, the best coach in the league, but manager, Piff will be watching now. They do not accept failure.
Well, I tend to agree.
Look, the thing is, and I've said this all along, that nobody will feel the pressure more than Eddie Howe himself. He'll put the pressure on himself to do better. He will accept responsibility because he's that kind of guy. I think he's got money in the bank when it comes to losing his job. But on the other hand, you watch the documentary and you see how serious Yassir is about being number one.
Well,
you know, you just wonder, don't you?
He doesn't want to talk about legacy. He's only just started.
Yeah. John Roberto, thank you for your £2 super chat again. Never be as good as Man City. Ha, enjoy PSG. Well, thank you for your money, though, John.
Cheers, mate. That's £4 you'd give us. Brilliant.
Yeah, cheers. I don't quite understand why you'd give, but, Wayne says, Howe has been found out, no plan B, and too scared to drop certain players. Simon says, Bruno and Tonali does not work. I disagree with that. I think they do work. But, I don't for the life of me understand why Tonali is kept being brought off. It makes no sense at all when he is one of the standout players for us. Again today, I just don't get it. I really don't. Peter says, thanks for the commentary, gents. You're very welcome. Foxy says, if Botman and O'Shea are injured again with the options we have available, I hope Howe learns we have to play with a back three. Easy work for Brighton. I mean, look, Dan Burn coming in at centre-back, I think we pretty much expected that. But, would Jamal Lascelles have been a better option and kept Burn at left-back?
I don't want to see Dan Burn in the Newcastle shirt again.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, it was dreadful. It was.
We all love him. He loves the club, but he's not good enough. He's not good enough.
Jason Brown says, buy players like Livramento and Tonali, then stick with them. Target was terrible. So was Bruno. We miss Willock. We definitely miss Joe Willock. We miss his runs.
Livramento signing to me is looking more and more
weird
by the day, because we needed centre-half cover, quality centre-half cover. We could have used the money that we spent on Livramento for quality centre-half, and today we might not have been beat.
Simon says, Paul, don't defend Eddie. I'm not defending him the last few games. I think he's got it very, very wrong. And I'm annoyed that, I mean, what we're saying, Billy, is, the plan B thing. He just sticks to the same formation. He doesn't try and change it and upset the balance of the game. Teams are reading us at 4-3-3, so try something different. Go with a different formation. If it's not working, you look at the great managers in the games. You look at Pep and you look at what Fergie or Wenger used to do. They wouldn't stay by the laurels. If they thought that the formation was wrong, they would change it.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if it's mid-game, they'd still do it.
He's putting different players into the same positions, isn't he? Just keeping the same formation. I think we needed an extra strut forward early on in the game, to be honest. Because we were cutting them open. We did create chances today. This is the big thing.
We did.
Although we were outplayed for large portions of that game, and Brighton deserved to win the game. But we should have scored at least 3 today ourselves. So looking at it now... But
that's the thing, isn't it, Billy? That's the thing. We're not converting.
100% we're not. Yeah, we are creating. I mean, the midfield are creating chances for us. Bruno put a fantastic ball through for his early doors, and he did it and dallied, and he never looked like he was going to go through and score. Much like he did against Palace last year. Do you remember the one against Palace where he was in the same position?
Yeah,
did it and dallied. It's not. That's not what he wants. He wants instinctive finishes, a bit like say about Miggy. Put him out on the left, he looks a better player, but I don't know. We just kind of.
It's flat at the minute, is what it is. It's just flat. There doesn't seem to be that get up and go that there was last season. The closing down, the pace we used to play with, the pace that we played with is just gone. It's non-existent.
It's all static. Yeah, all the players are static.
Nick Thornton, thank you for your £2 super chat. He says, how has 2 or 3 games to turn this around?
But if we lose to Brentford and Sheffield United, I think he's in deep trouble. Honestly.
I mean, if we lose to Sheffield United, I mean, wow. Eric says, Eric, thank you for your $5 super chat. He says, not signing a centre-back is going to cause us to finish 7th this year.
It's a possibility. I think it's a massive ever. I do, honestly.
Bob makes a good point. Ferguson is only 18 years of age. Why not play Lewis Hall and Livramento? Age should not matter. Well, I think Eddie's going on about, match fitness for Lewis Hall, which he's not going to get match fit if he doesn't play bloody matches.
Livramento's not going to play any games because he's Trippier understudy.
Yeah, and I don't understand why. Either he didn't start Lewis Hall and give him 55, 60 minutes, or he didn't come on for half an hour. I don't understand how you're going to get match fit sitting on your arse. You can train as much as you want. We said this in the show last night. Match fitness comes with playing games because it's, in training, you're not in an in-match situation. You can't convert that into an in-match situation. You can only do that by playing in the high tempo of an actual physical match. And you will not get match fitness in training. So I don't understand how he was given no minutes at all today, yet he was sitting on his arse on the bench.
He should have started. And at the very least, he should have come on after an hour. And him and Isak down my left flank might have got us back into the game again.
Possibly. Real Madrid 14 UCLs. Thank you for your $1.99. You've got ambitious owners. Is the manager's job in jeopardy? Well, I think if you go on social media, you probably will see that. Look, he's got to come under criticism because he's made some poor decisions. I think he got the lineup wrong today. Joe Linton was not fit for a start. He shouldn't have started that game at all. And he shouldn't have gone with Matt Targett at left back. There's just no way. He has not performed very well when he's been on the pitch for Newcastle in recent times. Yet he started the game today. Yet we've got Lewis Hall, who is a fabulous left back, just sitting there and didn't even get on as a substitute. I do not get that. I do not get the fact that he keeps taking Tonali off. It's really starting to piss me off that he's took him off every single game this season, and he's been our best midfielder. There is no excuse for that, taking off your best midfielder. You know,
he should have learned from it last week after how we lost control of the midfield last week. We didn't have control of it today, but to take off your best ball-playing midfielder was unforgivable.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Sean played much better today. He did a lot of good things on that pitch when he came on, as well as assisted the goal for Callum. So, you know, I'm not bothered about that. What I'm saying is he's bringing the wrong man off. You know, Tonali is head and shoulders our best midfielder at the moment and has been throughout this season, Billy. Yet he's the one that is sacrificed all the time. And we took him off today and we conceded another 2 goals. We took him off last week. We conceded 2 goals. It's, you know, he, as much as we say, oh, yeah, but he gave the ball away a few times. But look at the amount of work he gets through, Billy. And he wins the ball. He's strong on the ball. And we need him on the pitch. And we take him off, we go to shit again. Dylan, thanks for another $1.99. Can't wait for the same team sheet next game. I don't think we will see the team sheet the same. I'm putting it out there now. But look, hopefully Joe Willock will be fit after the international break as well. But of course, what are they going to say about... Yeah, but what is he going to say about Joe Willock, Billy? He hasn't played a game of football since obviously getting injured against Leicester. So
yeah, he'll be on the bench. He'll be on the bench for weeks.
Sorry, it was the Brighton game he got injured, wasn't it? Brighton at home he got injured. So he's not going to be match fit. So, you know, what does he do with him? Is he going to do the same with Lewis Hall and just sit him on his arse? I just don't know.
He'll be on the bench for weeks. Absolutely will be. No doubt about it.
Ian says, I love you, Billy, but saying you don't want Dan Burn in a Newcastle shirt again is ridiculous.
He's not good enough,
the only one that said that. And Matt, some people have said about Targett as well. Foxy says, Isak scorer of great goals rather than a lot. Brilliant player, but you see the difference with a natural finisher on the pitch like Wilson. But again, Billy, you look at the substitution of Isak. He moves him to the left. Within 5 minutes of doing that, we win 2 or 3 corners. He's working brilliantly with Anderson, combining well. The chance then came for Anthony Gordon, which he fluffed, but we created an opportunity, and then he hauls Isak off.
Yeah,
I just don't understand what his thinking is.
Anthony Gordon, once he went on the right, wasn't given the ball. It was a cock up from the start from minute 1 to minute 90, to be honest. You know, we had the chance to score a goal. We didn't do it. We gifted them 2 goals out of the 3, gifted them. And the third, you know, was a great finish. But even that was gifted because Dan Burn literally ran away from him. Yeah, you know, you can't expect a top 4 centre-half to do that. It's awful, abysmal defending from Burn. Absolutely awful.
Yeah. Newcastle's next 3 games, incidentally, Brentford at home, Sheffield United away, and Burnley at home. All very winnable, says James. Yes, they are winnable, but we have to play better. You know, we can't just keep doing this and beating the lower league teams and then, you know, coming up against teams that we claim that we are now one of and flopping all the time. It's just crazy. Dave says the Newcastle fans at the match won't turn so quick on the team like the keyboard warriors online. It's 4 games in. Relax and let the team and Eddie turn it around. They have done more than enough to deserve it. Yes, I agree, Dave. 100% agree with that. But they are not beyond criticism. You know, if you're going to look at that match and not criticize, then, you know, that's fair enough. But we, as a channel, as people who are watching the game and commentating on it, you know, we're not going to say brilliant things about that match that just weren't there. Yes, and we did say during commentary, you know, the international break has now come at a good time. It gives Eddie a chance to regroup the lads together, you know, talk about the start of the season, what's gone so badly wrong, and give them a chance to put it right. Of course, they deserve time to do that because of what they've done previously. But you have to remember who these owners are and what they've said in the documentary, etc., about, being number one. They will accept nothing less than being number one. And yes, Eddie Howe has done enough to deserve much more time than people are saying already. But he will be feeling his collar pulled a little bit. But Eddie will know that. He's not a silly man. Eddie will know that the pressure's on. Alexander, thank you for your 250. What's RSD, Billy?
Ooh, I don't know about that one.
Well, thank you anyway, Alexander. Something isn't working in our midfield. We have no control at all. It's like we don't have a holding midfielder and they all go into each other's legs. We do. There's something just not right. Dylan, thanks for another $4.99 super chat. Eddie's reluctancy to change things is what loses us games. You can't just swap players, let alone take out the wrong ones. Formations and tactics change. I agree, Dylan. And I think that's where Eddie has to take some responsibility, because you can't just change players like for like and expect things to automatically get better. We need to do a bit of formation changing, and I just don't understand why we don't. Chris Butcher, thank you for your $1.99 super chat. He says, why sell Maxi and not Miggy? Need quality on the right wing. I mean, listen, Maxi could play on the right, couldn't he? I mean, that if he likes inverted wingers, then put Maxi. He could have put Maxi there, but listen, Maxi's not here anymore, and we can't keep screaming for Maxi because we've sold him. Nick Thornton, thank you for your £2 super chat. How is too predictable? We need a plan B and fast. Real Madrid 14. Thank you for another $199. Nagelsmann is available.
The big woo for me is Joe Linton. He's the big woo for me.
Yeah, he's been offered, hasn't he?
He's been offered really, for a while. Really not at the races this season.
Mm.
Well,
listen, I think absolutely, but I think people need to separate criticism from wanting Eddie Howe to be sacked or wanting, hating on players. We're saying some players aren't good enough. That's what we're seeing with our own eyes as fans. That's what we're seeing, and that's an opinion. But just, you can't lose games and not be criticized. There's always, you're losing the games for a reason. When we win, we praise, and that's how it works. And when you lose, yes, we've got to get behind the team. Of course, we've got to get behind the team and Eddie, 100%, and we will. But what we're doing is we're talking about a match where we've just been thumped 3-1, played just so poorly. You're not going to, I'm certainly not going to sit here and bullshit anyone and say, it's all right, man, don't worry about it. It is a worry the way we're playing. But I do believe that Eddie can turn it around. I do. And I think he's got to learn quickly that he needs to change something, have a different plan, and put it into place, even if it's halfway through a game of football, Billy.
Absolutely. And just for starters, what's the score on today if, for instance, Martin Dubravka plays? I think it's one apiece. Honestly, I know it's very fickle to say that about Nick Pope because he's been a fantastic goalkeeper for us.
Yeah.
The past two games, he's looked shaky as hell. He really has.
But look, we do need to regroup. But I think now is the time where Eddie will reflect on this over the international break, and you're damn well sure he'll work his arse off to put it right. But he has to learn quickly that, changing like-for-like players isn't working anymore. He's got to try a formation change, try and upset the balance of the opposition. The opposition seem to know now that no matter what happens, we still keep that formation and just change the players. We have to change a formation. We have to make the other manager think, oh, Christ, they've gone, I don't know, 4-2-4 or 4-4-2, whatever it may be. We have to try and counter that. Make the other managers think, not just to change like for like all the time, because I don't think that works anymore. But we'll see what he does. But there you go, guys. That is the end of today's watch along. It hasn't been great, unfortunately. Again, it's a defeat, but we go into the international break now. A couple of weeks to regroup, reset, and get better. And then we've got Brentford at home. It's a good game to have. No easy games in the Premier League. But if you're going through a little bit of a stutter like we are, Brentford at home, and then Sheffield United, and then Burnley. It's 3 games that you'd look at and think, right, let's get back on track here. Let's just take time out, take it on the chin, lick our wounds, and get on with it. And then come back in 2 weeks' time, fully focused and ready to go. And things need to be better. The manager needs to be better, and the players need to be better. But one person will know that more than anybody, and that is Eddie Howe. So he will try his utmost to get this sorted and get us back on track. And I have full faith in him. He deserves that faith for what he's done for this football club. Let's not forget, okay? You know, very, very easy to say, oh, just get rid of him, right? But you look at what he's done for us since he came in. He's been a breath of fresh air. He's improved some players absolutely superbly. And for me, he deserves that extra bit of time. But yes, I will criticize his mistakes. There's no doubt about that. But we've got to get behind him. We have to, because he deserves that for what he's done for us so far. But we'll see what happens after the international break. Actually, you know, Dan's just made a good point. After Brentford is AC Milan. So, you know, forget the Premier. We've got the centre. We've got the Champions League coming up as well. So, but look, we are big, passionate fans of the club. Everybody that's subscribed to this channel is huge fans of the club. We want to do well. And, you know, we will criticize when we don't play well. We will call them out for mistakes or managerial mistakes. But that doesn't mean that we don't support the lads 100%. And we do. And I just hope they come back in the right frame of mind after the international break. And we really start rising up the table, getting the results. Champions League starts. A lot to be excited about. But thank you very much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit that like button before you leave the stream if you haven't done so already. And of course, if you're new to the channel, thank you so much. We're only 30 odd away from 23,000 now, so that's a real bonus. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed today, new members as well. Thank you all for your super chats. You've been absolutely incredible again. Your support on this channel is superb. And, you know, thank you for keep coming back. You have been absolutely awesome. Thank you, mods. Absolutely superb again on a very busy day. Billy, thank you for your company. Fantastic doing the getting us both on now instead of just one of us doing the content. I think having a co-commentator as well really makes it up, and it's great to be able to watch the games with you, buddy. So thank you for your company today. 12-man Toon says, thank you for your $4.99. He says Brentford will be getting moved for the Champions League game. Yeah, if Brentford's on the Sunday, it will probably be the Saturday, but they don't.
They won't move you.
I don't think they will. We'll see. No. We'll see.
But
anyway,
who are bad? Last year when he had to play on a Sunday and a Wednesday.
Yeah.
Join us Tuesday. Tuesday
if it's Tuesday, they'll move it to the Saturday, won't they? It won't be on the Sunday. They'll move it back one day.
I'm not so sure.
I don't think they'll play Sunday, Tuesday, Billy. I really don't. But we'll see. We'll see what they do. But anyway, we'll be back tomorrow at 7 o'clock. The three of us will be back. It should be, fireworks, spice. You'll get everything tomorrow night in the match review. So join us at 7. In the meantime, have a wonderful Saturday evening, or as best you can after a performance like that. And we will see you tomorrow night. In the meantime, good night.
How are the lads and lasses?
Come back and check on some green.